Hello everybody and welcome to Viennality 2018. My name is Ketchup and his name is Mustard. There's going to be Injustice 2 action. This is our final game of Viennality, the main event of the tournament. And it's as we expected. It's a nice mix of Europe, North America, and Canada. Pretty much a nice little chunk of the world. We have Tekken Master and Shark Teeth as well. And I feel like the matches we can expect are going to be some juicy ones.
Now, before we get too underway, just for those of you watching that might not be aware or just need a reminder, this is one of the stops on the Injustice Pro Series for the year. This is the one and only European offline major event where you're obviously playing for those IPS points that will get these players towards the IPS finals later this year. So, being that we've already had a couple and a few left after this, it's almost like the midpoint of the Pro Series so far. It is crucial to place as well as you can, get as many points as physically possible, especially for the players that can't travel to every event, for those that can't make all the future stops in this tour. Like, for example, on the winner's side, we have Irish Mantis representing Europe with that Atrocitus. If he has a good tournament here today, he might by himself, with that one placement, secure himself for finals. And there are a bunch of players that are in that exact same situation today.
There are a bunch of storylines going on, and we do have a bracket ready to go to show you guys pretty much what the rundown is going to be throughout the course of the night. We are on the winner's side, you can see we have Beast Coast Biohazard versus PG Katana Prime, and then secondly, it's going to be PG Hayate, and then Irish Mantis. On the loser side, we have NASA Esports represented twice in the form of Shark Teeth and Tekken Master, of which Shark Teeth is fighting off against Happy Pow, and secondly, we have Tekken Master and Honeybee. So all off the bat, we have fantastic matches.
But also opportunities for players to really pave their way through the rest of the year, as we're going to be starting things off with this North American showdown. Of course, you've got Biohazard from Canada, Katana Prime from Florida. Now, interesting, I was actually talking to Katana Prime earlier today, and he was 100% convinced that Biohazard was going to be going towards Starfire, which is one of his tournament characters, and was ready to go with one of his own characters kind of in response. But it looks like Biohazard starting off with Bane, the character that put him on the map. Katana Prime responding with that Harley Quinn.
Now, KP, one of those players that really does like to play multiple characters, very similar to Biohazard, but I feel like it's going to be matchup dependent. We can see Harley Quinn right now because he really wants that full screen game, the ability to keep Bane as far away as possible, because the second Bane closes into space, well, you can see exactly why that's the case.
Yeah, and then Biohazard baiting the interactive wall, but Katana Prime responding with the air escape, clean punish on the uppercut. Now he has corner of his own, do some nice damage here. Freestand, no, he goes for the hyena setup.
Best case scenario was allowing the Hyenas to connect, so there was no mix-up there. Going in for the Venom upper, meter burn for extra damage, but the wake-up attack is not respected. It's going to be trying to anti-air, but the neutral jump is going to see to that one.
Very back and forth first life bar of the series so far. Both players playing around the air escape really well. He has neutral jumps to bait. Very clean play so far. And the Bane Bomb, that's going to be a returned life bar. Very even still early on.
I think we can expect nothing more from these guys. Seeing Katana Prime in the top 8 is highly, highly respectable. Here to mostly commentate, but he's just so godlike. Here he is in the top 8. But then Biohazard is no stranger to top 8, especially with this season of the IPS. You heard Biohazard went straight up to 2 levels of Venom. Gets opened up though. Gave it a bit of extra time so we can actually confirm it into the cartwheel, guaranteeing the full combo. Wake Up is going to go straight through the Hyena, but it's not enough. We're going to see a full combo punish now, coming through for KP.
This is complete KP right now, but there we go. The Wake Up, the armor comes through for Biohazard. Position. And there is the super amazing reaction from Katana Prime. That's going to take the first game. I must say, Katana Prime making some brave reads, but it's paying off so far. It's so hard to sit in the face of a Bane player, especially of Biohazard's caliber, and make those decisions, right? You're going to sit there and block on his wake up to bait the uppercut. You might get grabbed, but you make that big decision. Katana Prime consistently is just following through with his confidence. I mean, super moves, they're going to have armor, and armor means you can power through gaps. Bane actually has quite a few gaps throughout the Venom. It's just the armor is not very prominent, so he's very rarely going to get punished for going for those options. There's that down one challenge on the jump in. Katana Prime realizing that splash connected really high up. Was able to get the poke in. Now Katana Prime now very much on the back seat. Gets an opportunity here. Big opening. Obviously it's debuff, so that's going to be some extra damage. Look at that return damage from Katana Prime and combos off the Hyena.
There's no way Bio was going to go for Wake Up a second time, so we're going to hear the play Doctor, meter burn for the extra damage, and the damage ticking over time might even cause the grab to kill. Does it finish it? Yes, it does!
What a return for Katana Prime, who was almost down an entire life bar, but able to bring it back almost just as fast.
Down one into the cartwheel, a full combo again. What is going on with Katana Prime?
He's just playing absolutely out of his mind. The neutral jump connect. Oh, and there is the return. Biohazard still showing signs of life, 100% still in the game.
Well, it's all about screen positioning. The second Bane can make sure he keeps you in the corner. That's really going to be his playground. The second you pop the Venom, you can armor those options. The wake-up attack option that Hardy has, the Tantrum, it is a single-hitting wake-up, but that time it's not going to be going straight through. The down one, using the invincibility and a punish again.
Amazing. Katana Prime, that quick juggle. Keeping this as unclashable as physically possible, knowing that Biohazard at any moment now could lose the game. Hyena, chip damage.
Yep, free jump in. Accidental wrong, up shot. Tries to go in for the meatbag back 3, chasing it down with the overhead. Oh my word, they're down 2 whiffs.
That's 2 levels of Venom pop. Biohazard going in, and there we go. Another clean game. Katana Prime is not afraid. But you can see the stress, right? The concentration. Katana Prime absolutely locked in, but you know he wants this. He's played out of his mind all weekend, and he can taste winners finals. One more win on Biohazard, and he's going to be there. Winners finals.
Now the thing is, normally you see Starfire get picked because I need to keep this person away. Harley, even though she's not the greatest character in the game, has a unique property where she has what's almost like a hit scan projectile. Her gunshots are so fast, there is no way she's not going to at least trade. So Starfire, even though she's got wonderful projectiles for herself, Harley will always check them with the gunshots.
But the one thing, even though Harley Quinn might have like super fast projectiles that are, they're going to be trading, they don't do most damage. Very good. The knowledge, Katana Prime, he is not holding anything back. He came here to play. Wow,
Hyena as well, powering through the Tamarine in charge. That's going to be some interesting knowledge for KP throughout the rest of the game.
That was a wake-up mid-range Stardust. I don't think that's what Biohazard wanted. I think he's showing signs of not being super composed.
You see the trait coming through, massive chip damage on block, have to watch out. There's the environment traction as well, getting a knockdown situation. The cluster's well spaced, and now we might see a comeback here from Bio.
See Katana Prime tried to uppercut that before, but a little bit too slow. Now Biohazard even things out. Katana Prime still very much potentially to take this life bar, but this is what Starfire wants to set out, that neutral control. Katana Prime being tricky.
But this is why I wasn't too worried about the matchup we were about to see. The gunshots being so fast means it's not really going to be a complete fair game for Starfire from full screen. She's got to respect things.
Question is, how does he play the rest of the life bar?
Oh, what a shot!
Amazing anti-air into a combo, drops it, but still. Oh, still has him in the corner.
Yeah, can't whiff punish the back three. That's really unfortunate. Caught on the magical end of that interaction. Neutral jump punch on the wake up. Good read, but no punish.
Oh, well, another opportunity. Katana Prime is getting so much mileage, keeping it unclashable. And there's the setup!
Watch out for the charge. We're going to see the trait spent for extra damage. About half that trait's going to be gone now, though. The second that disappears, KP is going to be able to trade some of those projectiles.
This is make or break right now. Biohazard desperately needs to take this game. But there we go. The meter burn roll from full screen. Katana Prime one step ahead.
I mean, this is a couple of shots away with the jump in. Tamarine in charge, going to connect, having to clash. He's going to take damage now, but he just can't afford the finish and the full screen positioning.
This is such a tense situation. This is not an ideal clash, but he has no choice. He's going to deal some damage. Katana Prime now on that pixel. And there we go. The charge, so hard to avoid. Biohazard has a game on the board. Now, here's the question. Katana Prime, he does have Wonder Woman as well. Does he go to Wonder Woman? Because that wasn't really a super dominant game.
Yeah, he's gone for the rematch, and I was just about to say, I do like the choice to go for Harley in this matchup. I feel like Wonder Woman's just going to get abused from full screen. It's going to be difficult for her to close in the space. At least, at all angles of the screen, Harley Quinn can challenge.
Especially with that jump hard, right? Katana Prime, he can make himself very annoying to deal with. Attack at ranges that Starfire kind of isn't typically used to having to deal with. However, here, Biohazard still has the life lead, slowly but surely kind of keeping it going.
That 2-3, I think, can be an underratedly good string sometimes. You don't see it all that often because very rarely does Starfire want to be anywhere near you point blank.
Oh, interruption, Katana Prime. Not afraid to show that knowledge.
If you're going to be a character specialist and really kind of go in for Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman, she's such a unique character, you kind of need to know those nitty-gritty details. The hair whip using the invincibility of the wake-up. It is a fantastic wake-up attack, we can't forget that.
Okay, Biohazard now. That's a strong lead if ever I've seen one. Katana Prime very much has his work cut out for him to win this game now. But we have said that a lot over the weekend. Katana Prime found himself behind, but then comes out with this full life sequences out of nowhere over and over again. I have no doubt he could do it again, but he's going to have to do it now.
Instant jump one. Unfortunately, we can't get the full combo. Wow. These little mistakes that KP is now starting to make in terms of dropping combos, it's going to really sort of bite him later in the match, I feel, because you can't leave damage on the table against Starfire. But this is run away with it.
But this is why Starfire is so popular right now, right? That neutral control, the chip damage, the meter build, the aggravation factor to deal with in that kind of space. And Biohazard now has it. And then, of course, the long-range back three as well. So much utility.
Bio's not going to be too worried about the fact that he doesn't have bar here, though. If you just look at the divide in health, all it's going to take is one bar built, and the chip and damage alone is going to be more than sufficient to put KP in a terrible position.
Okay, there we go. Nice interaction. Katana Prime. I mean, he does have Bio back to the corner. He could potentially make it work, but he has to be very careful not to take too much damage in the process. Uh-oh. Even little chunks like that. Punishing. Oh, where did they even hit?
I'm not even sure KP knows. Maybe Bio didn't even know that. Neutral jump. Very ambiguous indeed. But the forward 2 string is going to come in strong. And KP now in a very difficult position, Mustard. What does he do here, do you reckon?
Oh, he's gone back to player select. Wonder Woman, that's going to be the adjustment. He is going for a different matchup now. So this is make or break. Katana Prime had such a strong lead, up 2 games so quickly, but Biohazard swiftly going to Starfire and now has tied things up. We're on the verge of a reverse 3-0.
We very nearly saw a 3-0 from KP.
Exactly.
He was looking so good in that first match as Harley, but I feel like the download came on quite quick with Starfire, and that's why we've seen the character change. He wants to kind of refresh things a little bit, go in with a new set of tools. Oh, feels like we've lost the game feed. We'll find out what's happening here. It doesn't sound like anything's taking place.
Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, we don't have game sound either. Oh, actually, I believe the players lost it as well. They did pause in place.
I'm assuming that might just been like a monitor pause.
Fortunately, whenever any kind of technical issue like that happens, if it happens at the start of the match, not the end of the world to restart match. That's what we're going to do.
Sorry about that, folks, but we are just going to be going straight into this match as if nothing happened.
Okay, but there's the first hit now going to a Biohazard, so it seems actually, but Katana Prime getting the first chunk of damage. There's going to be a lot of walking forward. I like that answer to the Stardust. I wonder if you parry the first hit of the burst, does it parry them all?
I can't say I know, to be fair. You don't see this matchup very often.
No, Wonder Woman, not a super popular character, but in the hands of those that have been using her a while, like Katana Prime, you'll be seeing the knowledge. But you can see the patience, you know, Wonder Woman known for that kind of footsie control, the long-range normals.
The range on the down 2 as well. Right, full combo. KP, he needs to make sure his execution is airtight right now. Nice bait on the back 3. Oh, the jump 3 to down 2 challenge.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to challenge the anti-air there. Biohazard, at the very least, managing to get out of the corner, back to the mid-screen. There's the hit confirmed, full combo from Katana Prime. Background bounce comes through too. Damage extension.
If you do land a shield bash on the magical end of it, catching the late active frames, it is going to be more plus on block than it otherwise would be. A great choice for KP there. Close clusters, but the read from Bio. It's match point, but KP is totally in this.
No, absolutely. This is by no means down and out. And there we go, interactable, 10 points of life. And there's the shield, cannot challenge. This is going to be it. This is match point for both players now. Katana Prime, he does have the screen advantage.
KP's objective, keep him in the corner. Biohazard's goal, get the hell out of there. And there's the Tamaranian charge, unfortunately not scouted out. She has so many wake-up options. It really is a mix-up of which one is coming. The early jump 3 to crush the down 2, making all the right decisions, but doesn't confirm the shield.
Oh, that's a big jump in. Doesn't get a huge amount of damage, but gets a little bit. This is still so even. They're both on practically 700 points of health.
Bio has to respect the shield toss from this range. Anti-air trait, the patience. Cluster's not going to connect, so no chip here.
Ooh. Okay, max range shield. Wow, Katana Prime with the spacing. Oh, the air-to-air.
Not allowing a clash.
Wake up. No respect. Look how much damage that does. That was a respectable chunk into a throw. The absolute respect being shown by Biohazard, and Katana Prime is making him pay for it.
Plus frames, watch out. The late jump in. This could be the moment. Taking the plus frames before 3. No, establishing respect. Biohazard's now. It's his moment.
No! Just like that, he parries the Stardust, but so close. He can't block anything now, and the full screen charge. Biohazard bets it all on the last minute Tamaranian charge, and it is enough to chip out. What a series to start things off. That is just the first of many to come.
That was a nail-biter. A nail-biter and a half, you could say. I mean, in that situation where KP went in with the Wonder Woman change, clearly it made sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
It made sense. I understand it, and I respect the decision. The one thing I think KP is going to be asking himself now is, why didn't he change earlier?
I mean, the first game he lost was close. It didn't look like an impossible matchup, but the question is, it was a question of, what do I feel more comfortable in the situation, right? If Katana Prime has won 2 games up in a row, he's likely going to kind of be in the zone with Harley. He's going to be really feeding the momentum, like, right, you know, I'm doing work with this character right now, keep that going. Because Katana Prime, he has always had a couple of characters to play in Injustice, but, you know, he's infamously not really been super fast to swap off of them. And, you know, it's for reasons like that. You know, he's a very emotional player. You know, he really feeds off of what's going on in the game, the energy around him, the crowd, and how he feels about the character. So not at all surprising to see him delay the swap.
Speaking of energy, there is a lot in the crowd right now for one reason. The next matchup is going to be Irish Mantis versus Hayate. The reason the crowd is so into this match is because Irish Mantis has kind of reviewed his path and the tournaments that he's going to. He needs to beat Hayate for a shot at the finals.
He needs to get winners finals.
He needs to be minimum 3rd place at Viennality. He has to do well in the online tournament for IPS. And, you know, if he's traveling to other events, he needs to do well there too. But these are the 2 things that might be the catalyst to that success. But the objective is, it's not one of those situations where it's, well, we'll kind of review our points and look at future tournaments. Like, no, he needs top 3 or he's out there.
Well, it's like I said right at the start of the stream, some players don't have the ability to go to every event. I know you see the sponsored chaps, the familiar faces being able to jet set around the world and go to every tournament because, that's what they can do as players that can support themselves, or if they've got sponsors that will help them do it. And it's not just falling into the laps. They're successful players. They've earned the right
you definitely
to be able to do that. 100%.
You earn that luxury.
But for some players that aren't able to travel, it is important to do this kind of thing, right? And like you said, to review his path, know the events that he can realistically do coming up, and go, right, I'm in winner's side top 8, I have to win 1 match, and I'm going to be in a very good spot to get points to be able to make the finals. But, I mean, it's not a simple case of just make winners finals. He's against Hayate, a.k.a. the best Robin player in the business, who actually has been having quite an amazing tournament so far. He took out Tekken Master very quickly yesterday, and has been basically running on a bit of a tear in Injustice 2 throughout the weekend.
The thing about Irish Mantis that we can't take away is that he is a talented player in his own right. We didn't see a huge amount of Mantis from Combo Breaker. He did a respectable way through, but didn't manage to take it all the way. But even before Combo Breaker, there was a GGA tournament where Irish Mantis was able to defeat Slayer, he was able to defeat Coach Steve, he beat Gross 3-0. Like, who in tournament is ever able to consistently take out a player like Gross's caliber? That's an insane result. But unfortunately for Mantis, those crazy results came from a tournament like a day before official IPS began. Going into this matchup, though, I think we can expect to see Robin versus Atrocitus. I don't see Mantis changing to anyone else. This really is his character. He didn't really sort of get on too well with Injustice 2 last year. I mean, by all means, he played the game a lot, but he struggled to find his footing. And I think the more he's been playing Atrocitus, the more confident he has now become in Season 2.
It just took him a little bit of time. I think he always knew that Atrocitus was going to be his main character. I know he kind of, messed around with Captain Cold as well a bit last year. But it really was always Atrocitus that was kind of like the main focus for him. And to be honest, I think he picked up Atrocitus at a time that Atrocitus was kind of known for the mix-up game. His very kind of seemed to be live or die by the overhead or low off the 4-2-2 puddle or finish the overhead, which is basically how the majority of Atrocitus players were playing him. But then Irish Mantis was kind of going, no, this character has a lot of utility, and I can go for pressure, I can go for footsies, I can play for the neutral, and that's always been the way that Irish Mantis has been as a fighting game player, especially in NetherRealm fighting games. So it did take him a little bit of time to figure that kind of play style out, but he figured it out a while ago, and this season he is looking super strong.
Irish Mantis calling the crowd for some support. He did sort of scream a little bit too loud last night and hasn't got much of a voice today. The crowd's definitely going to have to voice that hype for him on his behalf for the first time.
But at the same time, Hayate, Hayate is known as being this absolute Robin god, but hasn't had an amazing year so far in the Injustice Pro Series. This is a player that did amazingly well at the Pro Series finals last year. Across multiple tournaments, he was always one of the players to watch for doing well, and could almost beat anyone on any on his best day. Could almost take it to anyone.
During a time where everyone else was playing a team of characters and counter picking, Hayate was picking Robin all the way through, and he got top 4 within IPS Season 1. Played Injustice 2 on ESPN. That's not a bad day in the office if you're an Injustice 2 player.
But that's the thing, he had so much success last year. That success hasn't translated through to this year until this tournament.
That's the thing. He needs that win just as much as Mantis does. This is such a pivotal game. But it's going to be Atrocitus versus Robin.
You must be Atrocitus. Rage fills you, Damian Wayne. Begin.
Wow. Okay, cool. We're going to watch like 2/3 of it and then cut our range.
We're going to let Atrocitus have the last word.
Okay, now Irish Mantis has lost that first hit, Hayate. Now, Hayate had some of the best footsies. I actually think, going back to yesterday, we saw Hayate versus Dizzy. It was a very slow-paced, very neutral every game. I actually expect we'll see something quite similar this time, as that's definitely a similar style that Irish Mantis goes for also.
We were absolutely shown that Hayate is not afraid to slow the pace down to, 5 miles an hour. If it's going to be a timeout victory, then so be it. Tries to whip punish for back 2-3, but a little bit too late, and he already commits into the bloodlift. He must have been confident that was going to connect.
Yeah, Irish Mantis going in for the puddle like that. Normally a player that hit confirms everything. He must have been 1000% sure that was going to connect. Hayate making him pay for it. 460 damage, very respectable.
So far, Hayate has been very sort of smothering. Mantis has not actually had an opening to summon Dexter just yet. Going in for Meter Burn Breath just in case, but still, Hayate allowing him to just whiff, use those resources, and we haven't seen a trait from Atrocitus all round.
Tricky trickiness, but the chip damage is going to do it. Hayate with a very stable lead now.
I assume we're probably going to see a cool hit, because now we finally have to... No, they both go in for the forward dash.
I actually wonder if Irish Madness was expecting Hayate to expect him to go for the summon. So obviously Dexter is the core of what Atrocitus can do. He needs to find the space, but this is a long-range character. If he calls Dexter out the wrong space, Hayate is going to get a clean hit and confirm it. And that's why we can see those preemptive blood breaths. It's purely because he wants Hayate to try and close in the space and then run right into it. And then those minus frames are going to allow Dexter to be summoned. Now here we go, finally, for the first time, here comes the Siphon, also allowing Atrocitus to regain health. And the whiff punish straight through the shield. Hayate with the knowledge the sword's going to go through that shield, so it's not going to work for Irish Madness on the way in. If Hayate is sure he's going to commit to the offense. Oh, look at this game. This has just been complete Hayate from start to finish. Irish Madness is looking to go on live, and there we go, the whiff punish.
This first game has just not worked out for Irish. Right, guarantees the Dexter again. I mean, there's so much work that needs to be done here.
Oh, but gets opened up. Hayate has plenty of health to work with, though. Doesn't have to worry. Irish Madness is still going with the corner swap. Oh, tries to go to the shield, but actually a little bit too slow this time.
Wow. That VC catching the down one. Very rarely do you see that. Down one before the overhead comes through. I feel like this is going to be just more of a data game for Madness. It's very likely he's going to lose this unless he pulls off a miracle comeback. Yeah, he knows it's
yeah, I think he realized that was over. Now, what does he do? Does he take a little bit of time, or does he go for the restart? Because it's very unlikely he's going to swap off Atrocitus, surely.
Hayate completely stone-faced. Normally quite happy to go like a guy, but when the match is live, we mean business. This match is so important. And Hayate, no one's going to understand the importance of this match more than he does right now.
Oh, absolutely. 100% time to play. There we go. A better start for Irish Mantis. On the shield to stop the advance, but a throw tech from Hayate. Oh, and there's that footsie game.
You have to watch out on that whip punish, because the back two, even though it's got good range with Atrocitus, it does recover quite slowly. So if you're super prone to those whip punishes, it's going to be happy money for you, and Hayate with the punish as well. This is a bad situation for Madness, has to be said.
Okay, the trait activation. Hayate with another good life lead. Mantis, you can see the danger, right? Hayate really is enforcing that threat. Winning the footsie game 100% so far.
There's some really strange things going on. Madness is trying to grab in funky times. He's sort of going for these really weird blood lifts that he normally doesn't. I really feel like the pressure of this match in particular is getting to him. You can feel the stress that he's feeling. It's causing him to make some mistakes that he doesn't usually make. Hayate is not having such problems.
Or when he tries to get the to confirm with the airborne hit, but to no avail. Irish Madness is losing quite a bit of damage on the table so far. He's got plenty of meter to work with, but no opportunity to do anything with it, unfortunately.
Poking with the blood breath, getting that jump in three. Trying to be safer, but the clean jump in, allowing a full combo. Yes, he manages to get just the end.
Okay, push block. Hayate pressing buttons out of it. Manages to get himself some more trait stuff going on here. There's the big overhead. Now, Irish Madness actually might have just put himself back in this. We can take the life bar. Yep, that's actually not so bad. Irish Madness now looking like he's back in the opportunity to win the game. Yeah, if we look at the bar difference though, Hayate's sitting on 4 bars of meter. This whole neutral that he's playing is all involving traits, all involving specials. None of it's costing resources. So by the time he goes into the second round, he's always going to win a trait, a clash. He's always going to have, the wager to spend. It's a great situation. I feel like his entire game plan benefits this. There's the air tech, chase down, wasting the 2 bars. I like actually using the combo as an opportunity to get Dexter, so he doesn't have to worry about doing it in the neutral, but a big jumping heavy. Hayate with a nice chunk of damage. Still leaving out here with punish for sure. Irish Madness looking good. Punishes the air tech, and now Hayate cannot clash at all.
And we're going to have, no, not unclashable. I'm saying he can't. There's the restand. The neutral duck! That was insane. Did he expect a grab there?
I'm not sure, but it's going to work out. Oh, tries to whip punish. Isn't able to. Hayate understanding he had to save the bar. I don't think he's going to really be able to clash anymore. Almost runs into the down one. Okay, immediate clash from Mantis. Now, even though he could take some guaranteed damage, it's going to be a bit of a brave read in Hayate. If Hayate spends both here to do damage, he's not going to have anything himself for resources. He opts to hold on to one of them.
Oh, wow. The Dexter trade. Crazy how Mantis was even able to bring that one back. The composure halfway through almost feels like Mantis just woke up.
I mean, he's just figuring it out as he goes along, right? Hayate clearly very confident in this matchup. Showed some immense matchup knowledge early on and what to go with it. We're going to go back to the character step, I should say. I can imagine anything for a stage change, but he gets the same one. Yeah, you see Hayate's face. He's not happy about that one.
So as we go back into the Rock of Eternity, Rock of Eternity is always going to benefit these power characters now. They're no longer unblockable. Everyone just kind of gets that guaranteed extra projectile knockdown with a lot of plus frames. So if you're going to have, Atrocitus, you land that environment, you get guaranteed Dexter for your trouble. Hayate really pressing the advantage, kind of bullying within just outside of jump distance. The neutral duck on the meter burn blood breath.
Amazing whiff punish too. He's going to have to be really close to the range now. Mantis. He's going to take some more damage. Backing up, trying to build the space. You can see he really wants to summon the cat. But Hayate knows. He doesn't want to let him do it for free.
That's why Harte, his footsies are so impeccable. He just understands the effective ranges he needs to be at. Nice reactionary block on the overhead, gets caught by the wayward 1-1-1, using the opportunity to summon Dexstar. And now we're back in the fight. Gets clipped. Yeah, we should see a combo here. I'm turning it into the punch for at the very least. Guaranteed Cypher, the heal. That could be a full combo. Yes,
wow.
Down one into the lift. That's going to be a punish. No, not quite. Doesn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, didn't quite recover in time. And Hayate with a max range down too. Still knowing the ranges perfectly. The uppercut going to be a clean connection.
Yeah, we see the push block and the space because once again, we're looking at the trait. We know that Mantis almost has it. Goes in for the forward two, but a whip punish from Hayate.
Amazing footsies from Hayate. Perfect spacing. Not quite enough to kill. But there we go. The wake up from Irish Mantis and Hayate. Always ready. What a turnaround. I mean, we said this was going to be a very footsie heavy match, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
Taking the guaranteed hit, but the combo so active. This has very much just been a game of can Mantis summon the trait or not. And most of the time not. Anti-air on the shield though. Plenty of work left to go, but this is going to be a damn good start.
But you can see how much Irish Mantis is able to do once he has the trait out. But just activating it anyway. Hayate is making him pay. Didn't follow up with it that time.
Tries to go in from back two again, but a little bit too slow on starter. Robin outspeeding. We finally do see a whiff punish from Mantis. No bar to spend. That's unfortunate. We can't see a full combo. Taking the minus frame. Enforcing the 1-1-1. Oh, no!
Yeah, that's a full punish. Has to clash. And again, this is the exact same situation as last time. However, Hayate has a ton more health. So now we can afford to hurt him. And Irish Mantis doesn't spend anything. Decides to hold on to his bar. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was an unfortunate time to call the cats. Hayate is going to punish him for free.
It's really just because of how Hayate is approaching this matchup. You know, it's super, super impressive that you can be... It almost feels like so consistently, Hayate is just far enough away that you feel like it's safe to summon Dexstar.
But that's what
the second you do, he punishes. That is how impeccable his spacing is right now.
But he's doing that on purpose. You know, Hayate is the kind of player that he really plays on that kind of next level of, you know, this is what I think you're going to do. You know, I'm going to put myself at a range that doesn't look like a whip punish. As soon as you press a button, I'm going to take that little micro step forward, and then bam, you're in range and having to worry about it. Hayate now 2-1 up, 1 game away from taking on Biohazard in the winners finals. Might have a Canadian showdown at this rate. Irish Mantis still opportunity to tie this up, but it's going to be difficult. I don't think this stage is quite as good for him as Rock of Eternity.
Right now we see the plus frames going into the Dexstar, knowing we have the respect. Obviously those mix-ups totally safe, or much safer once you have the Dexstar available. Respectable amount of damage, but I feel like Hayate sees one clean opening, and just like that, he's going to even things up nicely.
Set up. Oh, down one to make it miss. That was purely intentional. Irish Mantis doing that down one, making the dive kick miss completely. Oh, no punish. That's unfortunate.
Lots of push back to the 1-1-1. The second we feel like we're at a safe distance, that's why Hayate throws, you know, the batarang. Again, from that range.
I mean, it looks like every time the Irish Mantis goes to that breath, it's a little further away, but it's still in range. Hayate still knows, always ready.
Mantis, I think one thing about Mantis, he's totally confident being within negative frames of the down one. Yeah, that blood breath is not working in the neutral. Hayate now is just ready for it. Plus frames from the forward 3. Block straight away.
Push block into forward dash. Hayate getting aggressive. Enforces, tries for the mix-up, but the reactions from Hayate, he's seen that mix-up before, and that's going to be match point. But Irish Mantis, he's only down about, what, 500 life for Atrocitus? That's nothing.
Yeah, match point for Hayate right now. It's going to be a good situation for him. We can just keep him in this corner. The second you have Atrocitus in the corner, I mean, you lose all safety to summoning trait. That first trait that we saw at the beginning of the round might be the only one we see.
Maybe. Irish Mantis, he did spend most of this round back to the wall. Go for again. No, there's the breath for safety. Opportunity for Hayate. Goes for the sweep. Oh, the down one. Probably buffered. Irish Mantis. Good spacing himself. Now, this is probably going to be a trait activation. There we go. Finally gets the opportunity to get the cat out.
Absolutely has to pop the Cypher. That's why we see activated before we even see him go in. Can he press the advantage down to get some chip? Doesn't want to push too heavily. He has to finish. He does have to finish the round.
But I like how he was being reserved, though. Mantis knew that if he extended a single time, I mean, this kind of life against Robin, that's going to quickly disappear. Uh-oh, but the footsies come through again. Now, do we trade out the bar? Hayate, he's got a full life bar to make the bar back.
I feel like Mantis has no choice. He has to spend 2. He needs to even run a chance at health, and yeah, Hayate's going to completely shut it down. Taking the full screen presence to get the Siphon at least, but only going to do so much to grab. It's going to help him get a little bit back. That's better than nothing.
There's the patience. Okay, Siphon is finished. Regeneration. But you can see the respect from Hayate. He does not want to stick out a button and get whip punished. If Mantis catches him now, that is his comeback chance. Oh no, the spacing again from Hayate. Always ready. This might be close to the end now. One setup could do it.
Oh, the detonation. I mean,
this is territory.
This is so dangerous now. I mean, the Siphon isn't even going to have a chance to do anything. Oh my god, the mix-up.
He has 2 bars. There it is. Oh, we did backdash to avoid. He sets up again, and Hayate always ready with the fuzzy. Mantis betting it all on that final mix-up, but Hayate knows what he's doing. Wow, what a turnaround.
What we really saw there was just how perfectly Hayate plays that matchup. Like, the second we saw Dexar get summoned, like Mantis in a split second went, I think I'm far enough away that I'm totally safe. You know, I think the time is right to pull the trigger on this. And every single time he felt like he was safe, he got punished for days. And that's just a testament to really how Hayate plays Robin. It's a complete masterclass of the character.
I mean, but that's what happens when you play a single character for as long as Hayate has. You know, he's dabbled in a couple of other characters here and there. You know, messed around with secondaries every now and then. And I've seen him play Red Hood a little tiny bit. There's a bit of Batman back in year 1. But Robin really was like 99% of this guy's playtime. And I love seeing how differently you play the matchups when you're at that level, when you are that skilled with a character. You know, the Hayate we saw against Irish Mantis just now is completely different to the Hayate we saw against Tekken Master, the Hayate we saw against Dizzy TT, and it's all matchup based. You know, the speed in which you play. This character is great at footsies, great at whiff punishing, good damage, but you cannot apply it the same way against every player. And it's nice to see him adjust on the fly, especially at this level of play, and that's what's got him into winners finals.
So with Irish Mantis needing that minimum top 3, that does mean that he's got a bit of a gauntlet he has to run if he wants to make it all the way through. I kind of hope that, you know, in the meantime, he has time to kind of really recover himself, kind of lick his wounds a little bit, and then maybe try and get back into the fight stronger.
He definitely didn't look as confident today.
No, you could see it in his gameplay. Like, normally Mantis, he has so much knowledge, he has so much, you said it right, confidence in how he approaches Atrocitus. Very, very clean, very mechanical. Unfortunately, in this situation, though, it almost like took him a game and a half to even get going. And when that time had happened, it was already too late. You know, Hayate was too far ahead, and Mantis spent the entire game playing catch-up. Now, this is our losers bracket action. Happy Pal versus Shark Teeth. And I did hear the Flash versus Supergirl, so this can be quite an old-school matchup right here.
So these are 2 very strong international competitors, and Happy Pal sending a message. I mean, Happy Pal knows if the crowd is backing anyone in this top 8, I mean, obviously, of course, aside from Irish Madness, it's going to be Happy Pal. You know, the French boys are here in force to support their guy. You know, you can see the crowd behind. A lot of that crowd, especially at the front couple of rows, they're French. They're here to support Happy Pal on his way through this top 8, but he has got Shark Teeth in his way.
I think are those teabags faster than Foxes? I mean, they were significantly faster than Shark Teeth.
Maybe. Maybe that's what he's been putting all of his practice time into.
It's like one of those guys that practice their mouse clicks. We're just going to practice our D-pad down clicks.
Okay, Shark Teeth has had quite a tournament so far. Can he keep it going?
All right, so as we go into our losers bracket action, it's going to be Viennality, Happy Pal, NASA, Shark Teeth. Very important match for these guys as well, especially Happy Pal.
Now, big thing about Shark Teeth is that he has kind of premierly been using this Supergirl for a while now. He's used Catwoman before as well, but the Supergirl really is kind of like his primary character. It's a character that not a lot of people are still using now to this day, but Shark Teeth keeping the dream alive. Happy Pal with that crazy flash plays very much a setup-heavy version of this character.
Wake Up Neutral Jump almost bagging a full combat. That's one thing Happy Pal does, though. He's very, very execution-heavy in basically every game that he plays. And with the flash, he creates so many very strange and specific mix-ups that a lot of the Flash players today do actually use.
Okay, there we go, that neutral from Shark Teeth, trying to keep him at bay, and there's that down to Shark Teeth. That was a very commanding first game.
That zoning game was really strong. You know, it was a combination of using the eye lasers, but the Frost Breath on anticipation of a running man stance, so he walks right into it. A lot of awareness being shown in Happy Pal. He's made comebacks before. You know, you can look at a dominant round go through, but a lot of the time, I mean, he can undo that in 1 or 2 sequences. This is the Flash after all, and are we going to see it again?
I mean, if there's one character you can't count out, right, the Flash is absolutely one of the top of that list. But however, if Shark Teeth's going to get a big read like that, knockdown, no. Oh, setup indeed.
Happy Pal got clipped trying to air escape right as the jumping connected as well. That was just a straight up waste of resources. Hopefully it doesn't bite him in the backside later on.
I mean, this isn't too bad. The biggest problem Happy Pal's got right now is no bar. He's just got the first meter there, but 1 bar is going to even the life lead if he gets the opportunity. But Shark Teeth now in that second life bar, can clash if he wants to, or air escape, but might not even need to at this rate if he can keep this going. Background bounce again. Supergirl getting so much more damage with the background bounce. Oh, there it is.
Happy Power has never been shy of using the Speed Force in combos or outside of combos. And that's the one thing. We normally see big damage come through from Flash's trait, but used in the neutral it's dangerous, used in pressure it's dangerous, and oh my word, that hurt.
Now the thing is, Shark Teeth can actually tie up this Clash here, I believe. I think they've got 2 bars apiece, yeah. I mean, surely you deny the health. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Tries to whiff punish, but not quite. No confirm into lightning kick. Sweep the leg.
And there is that instant anti-air, that instant jump coming through from Shark Teeth. He is absolutely paying attention. I like that kind of thing, though, because the Flash is the kind of character that, you know, when he gets point blank and he gets the opportunity to mix you up and do that crazy damage, that's when he's, like, super dangerous. And he has some good ways in, but at the same time, you know, you want to keep him away. And Supergirl has a few more options than most to kind of play that distance game, but at the same time, you know, she doesn't do a ton of damage from a distance.
Supergirl.
Aside from, you know, perhaps with the exception of the full trait, you know, the whole beam. But even then, if you use the beam on the Flash and it doesn't connect, it's a long time until you have eye lasers back to keep him away.
There is a 30-second mark on coaching. Well, haven't quite reached that yet. Probably not even half that.
No, I don't think. I mean, if Foxy Grandpa is coaching you, I mean, that man doesn't need 30 seconds to coach.
No, he does not.
The information he's given is going to be clean and precise. He's thinking about it. I mean, Happy Power, we have seen him. He did use Grodd yesterday in his winners match, which unfortunately was he did lose in the end. It was quite a one-sided game, so I can't imagine we'll see him change characters now. But maybe he will. It doesn't look like it. Oh, okay, we get the Red Sun Prison.
To me, it didn't really seem like a matchup thing. It just kind of seemed like he was running man stancing into eye lasers, into frost breath, kind of handing himself to Shark Teeth on a silver plate for a little bit of eagerness.
But that's the thing, right? Happy Power, he's historically not the most patient player in the world, but because his offense is so crazy, his set play game, his mix-ups, that's what he wants to do. That's why he plays the Flash. You know, he doesn't want to work his way in. He's a very aggressive player with the Flash, and he's going to bag himself the first hit. Oh, big jumping.
Oh my god, but he doesn't confirm!
Wow, Shark Teeth pressing the uppercut on hit. That down 2 connecting through.
No confirm on that. That's unfortunate.
I mean, that's the thing, right? If you're missing a confirm with the Flash, that's literally like half a life bar. You are now not going to be able to take down the laser. Okay, the Flash has a few projectiles of his own. And there we go. The trait being used in the neutral, but Shark Teeth with the immediate push block. He doesn't want anything to do with that.
It's going to take quite a while for it to charge as well. That's the problem. We are going to see a full combo. About half the Speed Force left to go, but Supergirl fully locked and loaded with that trait.
I would say Shark Teeth's getting out some funky looking sweeps so far. And crouching heavy. He's getting so much use out of it.
Speed Force activated again. We can see a push block. Yes, we do.
Of course, Shark Teeth, he's keeping the bar. You know, 1 bar to stop the Flash having a trade. Absolutely worth the trade.
And this is going to absolutely have to force Happy Power into dedicating to a 50-50. You know, the second we see the Speed Force activated, if Shark Teeth blocks the jump in, he's from that point going to have to dedicate to overhead or low. We see a combo, can't confirm into more damage because it is going to be non-traded. Oh, here we go, Shark Teeth takes the first round. A lot harder fought that one though.
No, absolutely. Happy Power now 4 bars to work with.
Oh, no!
That is really, really, really unfortunate.
I mean, you can say that again. We're going to see a full Supergirl combo now. 4 dash out the corner to deal with the neutral jump, but it's not quite enough. Oh! That round's going to be taken. Pretty even right now.
Okay. Oh, there's the beat band roll straight through. Throw tech. Oh, there's the trait activation on block. Oh, wow, the deep anti-air.
Oh, nice bait on the wake up. Excellent bait on the wake up.
Catch me if you can.
This is incredibly even right now. 4 bars apiece. Not spending a lot of the resources.
Okay, that's going to connect. That's a full combo. That's a lot of damage potentially. Gets the corner positioning as well.
Ground pound comes through. Wonderful tech. Oh my god, this is close. Oh my god, it goes underneath. The environment interaction saved the day. This is insane. Okay. Insane. Oh my god, the Speed Force. I've never even seen a Speed Force environment before. What was that?
I love Shark Teeth going for that air laser as well, just to bag him out of the trait, but Happy Power is going to get the turnaround. And what was quite a back and forth match, he's able to clutch it through. Shark Teeth shaking his head. A 1-1 tie. No, he's not going to be happy with that.
Now, in this situation, with the coaching from Tekken Master, I definitely understand why he's going to sit there and take the time out. However, Happy Pal now is going to get a little bit of time to kind of recharge his batteries. That was a close match, but the first match was super dominant, so I think there's going to be some obvious progress here for Happy.
Shark Teeth is taking his time. I mean, this is loser's bracket. They don't have time. They don't have the time to really, well, make these mistakes anymore, right? They lose here, they're going to be eliminated completely.
When you're in loser's bracket and this happens, you just know that there's no more room for error, right? Especially seeing as this is a super pivotal tournament, because these guys are finally being in this European event where they kind of really have to go against themselves, with the exception of the rest of North America. There's not a lot of North American and Canadian players here.
Okay, another setup, the delay wake up from Happy Pal.
Sweet patience though, finally Happy Pal. Super careful. Instantly shutting down the Speed Force. I like it.
Okay. There's an opening chance here. Near enough to the corner to get a full combo.
That should kill. Oh no, doesn't get the end.
Oh, backs up too.
Nice anti-air, clean stuff.
Okay, what's he going to do here? Pretty even on bar for now. Shark Teeth, I love the way he's playing that neutral. Those instant air lasers just trying to occupy the space. It's really keeping Happy Pal at bay. I say, Happy Pal, very explosive player. Looking to keep himself on the offense, but Shark Teeth really slowing him down.
There we go, coming through again. Back 3 full combos, but it's one of those things where Happy Pal takes so much damage on the way in. He gives himself so much work that he has to do when he finally gets in close.
But that's it, right? That's the age-old thing. Flash is the kind of character that when he gets in once, that's when he's supposed to make it count. But Shark Teeth punishing the air escape. Happy Pal playing right into his hands.
We're going to whiff that air grab just to get some meter.
Okay, there's the instant low. That's probably going to be the life bar. Very unlikely that Happy Pal will drop this. Oh, yeah, keeping it meterless too. Wants to hold on to as many resources as possible. He only has 1 bar. Can't afford to spend it there.
Whoa.
Oh, wow, clean jump. That's a perfect way to bring this comeback, but he misses the combo. Very unfortunate.
It's very nice guy, Shark Teeth, giving an opportunity just to try the combo again.
But he has got the clash. He's going to get it. Send Happy Pal back to that full screen. And 200 life. This is dangerous territory for Happy Pal to be in. But if he gets in once now, there's going to be no more clash to save him. So we see the Speed Force save. Taking the minus frames on the sweep. Activating now the push block. Guess is right on the 50-50. That is such a pivotal block for Shark Teeth. Jump in. Shark Teeth is being patient now, not trying to anti-air because he knows one jump in from the flash is going to be dangerous territories. Here we go, Shark Teeth looking strong. Tekken Master is going to be coming up to help out Shark Teeth, give him a little bit of a pep talk.
I think it's going to be super important to make sure that right now, Happy Pal doesn't overthink things. You know, there's so commonly in this tournament situation where
KP timing it on his wristwatch. Your lads get 30 seconds. Tekken Master nearing the end. Tekken Master's got to go.
And we said 5, we said 4, we said 3, we said 2. He's going to get booed off the stage in a minute. Oh, he's out, he's out.
Okay, well, that's it. I mean, 30 seconds should be more than enough time to give that knowledge. I mean, this is make or break situation now, right? You lose here, you're out. Shark Teeth up 2-1, so he does have a game to potentially work with, but this is where Happy Pal has to be really careful. Because clearly when he can get in, it's working out for him. But it just seems to be that, like, he's just running into lasers, he's kind of being, you know, kept at that arm's length, and he just can't seem to break past the defense of Shark Teeth.
Well, he's only got 1 more lifeline, Mustard. This final game is all Happy Pal's going to have to work with.
Wow, he manages to bag the first hit also. This is a great way to start, but there's a clean down too.
Right, set up into the Speed Force. Delayed wake up in Speed Force to make it last even longer. Whoa,
delayed wake up into instant push block. Shark Teeth is playing this matchup so well.
And it's exactly why we're going to see him in this top 8. And if he moves on, it's going to be this kind of clean matchup knowledge that's going to see him through.
Okay. 1-2 staggers. Opportunity. Opts to not use the go yet, use the trait a little bit later. All because he wants to set up, of course, but he gets blocked and push blocked.
How many 50-50s is this young lad gonna guess right on?
But not only is he blocking them, he's push blocking them straight away.
I cursed it. Forget I said anything. I'm so sorry. All right, he dropped it.
Dropped combo, Happy Pal, but he's still very much in the lead. And there we go. Another interaction coming through. The anti-air. Good trade for Happy Pal, but he just misses the combo.
Yeah, I almost felt like that jump 3 was so active on hit, he just didn't have the chance to recover. Going in for the jump in, but catching the end frames of that laser with punish.
Okay, combo opportunity now for Shark Teeth. Could even things out here if he manages to land this. Set up again, but another delay wake up. Both players getting so much mileage out of delay wake
Looked
up.
like a clean punish to me as well. Dedicating too heavily to the string, trying to anti-air, but paying the price for it. Blocks low, guesses wrong, and then actually that might have been a push block attempt or the instant wager. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure which one it could have been. I felt like it was a push block that just didn't work.
Okay, there's going to be the health regen. Tops back up to a full bar. Opts not to meter burn that. Just keep the distance, I think. Happy Pal jumps himself into the corner. This could come back to hurt him very soon. Not enough chip on the breath, of course. Whipping the back forward too. Watch out for that one. And it's going to be chip, guaranteeing that second round. Match point for Shark Teeth. Happy Pal is on the brink of elimination. The question is who has the advantage here. I was going to say, because Happy Pal had trait in 4 bars, but the trait has already gone. So Shark Teeth ready again. Wake up sweep. I'm not sure about that one. Drops the combo again. Has to watch out for this execution. Gets hit by the cross up. It's going to go from bad to worse for Happy Pal unless he tightens it up right now. On the day wake up into neutral jump. Happy Pal bringing out the big boy stuff now. The heavy reads and another push block. I don't think Happy Pal has done a single trait this entire series. Shark Teeth though, he is lower on health. Oh, that's a super. He has a super. There we go. No super required. A bit of a strange exchange at the end, I have to admit. I feel like Happy Pal was maybe trying to confirm into it, maybe he was looking for it, and maybe Shark Teeth was so focused on not getting hit by super that it was basically used against him. He's got tagged. This is going to be such an important last game though, because obviously the winner is going to be advancing through, loser goes home. These are 2 players that have actually been to IPS events already this year. You know, Happy Pal managed to get, I believe, he got very far at Combo Breaker. Happy Pal's path at Combo Breaker was, man, I mean, he took out the likes of Samij, he took out, who else did he take out? The memory of, it's kind of failed me. Scar also.
Yeah, Scar and Samij were the 2 big names I remember.
But yeah, I think the point I'm really trying to get at is these are 2 guys that are very capable of getting IPS points. So even at this point, one eliminating the other is great for their place on the leaderboard.
The overhead comes through. Not so much luck on these guesses with Shark Teeth in this game. No bar spent, saving it for the future pressure.
And even if he had it, I don't know if he was going to spend it there. Meatless damage territory for Happy Pal. Poke down. Oh, preemptive down 2 from Shark Teeth. Not going to connect. He's going to get punished. There is the bar spent. That's going to be the life bar, surely. No, he dropped the special at the end.
Wow, here we go. Drop or no drop. It just needed a little bit more chip damage to guarantee things. Happy Pal now on the verge of a match point. This has been a ridiculous turnaround, but there's the Frost Breath into a full combo.
Oh, Shark Teeth, yes, Happy Pal cornered. He goes in for the setup, and again, Happy Pal delaying wake up every time, and Shark Teeth just hasn't adjusted to it yet.
Well, there's time to adjust. It's right now. You've only got 1 more life bar to work with. The instant jump for the trade.
Yeah, the trade. That could have been really bad for Happy Pal.
Forward!
Wow! There's the footsies from Happy Pal coming through, knowing he was just on the max range. Oh, what a
that was so clean!
I've not seen that one before.
Cross up punish, going underneath the teleport. Risky business.
So
it's actually risky going for that teleport. He would have risked the entire clash on that.
Oh, and there it is. Oh, the punish. Happy Pal, Shark Teeth. What is going to happen here? I believe Shark Teeth has 1 more bar.
Yeah.
Does he spend all of it?
No, because he knows that Happy Pal's not going to spend a penny.
Oh, right, he has the advantage at the moment. Oh, there it is, the big opening. He has a bar for air escape. Does he go for it? No, he doesn't.
Right, 1 knockdown. 1 more connection, and this could be it. Tries to trip guard into the Frost Breath. It's not enough. Doesn't meter burn and pays the price.
He has the air tech, but wasn't able to go for it. Another delay. Wake up, Shark Teeth. Opportunity. Even back 3. Back to back. Neither connected. Happy Pal being very patient, not pressing anything. Debate the interaction. But the clean anti-air! And at the last possible second, Happy Pal manages to pull off an insane level of clutch. But especially, oh man, of course, live it up, man. This is yours. The stage is yours for now, my friend, as you pull off an insane composure. I mean, that going by how the first match went, I thought that was going to be all Shark Teeth. Shark Teeth was in charge. He was on point. His footsies were impeccable. He was just stopping Happy Pal from doing anything at all. But Happy Pal, with that final adjustment, that final game was a complete turnaround.
If there's one thing Happy Pal does really well in this game, it's when he's on the brink of elimination, or if he's on the brink of just losing the set in general, his ability to just pull out the win straight from his behind, like, no worries, mate. He's done it so many countless times in Season 2 alone.
Exactly. Combo Breaker was the story of Happy Pal goes down 0-2 in a tournament series, wins 3 games in a row, right? This guy, when his back is against the wall, that's when he dials it up to 11. You know, that's when he's ready to bring his absolute A game. And no difference here. And he's going to be advancing through to the loser's bracket, getting 1 step closer to even more points in the IPS.
There is one thing to factor in here, depending on how well Honeybee does, which is up next. We might, at long last, at long last, see Happy Pal versus Honeybee in losers
Now,
IPS.
okay, so as much as we'd all love to see that, that is a number of games away. You know, depending on what happens here. They both have.
Honeybee
quite a
has
little
to
bit of a
win.
journey before.
Honeybee has to win now, and then Happy Pal and Honeybee need to then win their next games, and their reward for that will be each other.
But Happy Pal, or Honeybee, I should say. Oh, this is getting confusing. Honeybee being in losers.
Honey Pal.
Happy Bee. You're not helping the situation. I'm just going to say that does not make it any easier whatsoever. But Honeybee is in losers bracket. Some of you watching might be thinking, oh man, Honeybee, who sent Honeybee to losers bracket? The answer is Do Basic, the Russian Enchantress player, was able to get the set in winners bracket. Unfortunately, did lose the run back, which they did have to fight in losers eventually after, where Honeybee was able to win the run back, so was able to get his own revenge to top 8. And Tekka Master was sent to losers very convincingly by Hayate. But of course, these are two players that, again, very, very strong Netherrealm players across the board. But Injustice 2, they have both had an incredible journey with this game and looking to not slow down at all.
This is going to be quite an authentic matchup. You know, Tekken Master, previously in tournaments, he has been kind of seen using different characters, different matchups. He's been playing a lot of Starfire recently, obviously because she is the talk of the town. She's one of the hot new top tiers.
So Tekken Master was saying that his go-to tournament team is right now Atrocitus and Starfire. He said that they are the two characters that he's basically looking to play almost exclusively, but he said that yesterday, and then he pulled out Green Arrow versus Dizzy. So I think he definitely has a couple of tricks up his sleeve. Definitely not the kind to show everyone everything.
Oh, no. Tekken Master's not going to tell you every character he plays.
Oh, I mean, of course, why would
Do you remember when no one even knew he had Labora and then he got second at EVO?
Yep.
Or Dr. Fate. We saw that the IPS finals also. Yeah, versus Forever King. That was a crazy matchup of counter picks. Dedicating entirely to the mix-up.
I would say, very brave of Tekken Master to opt not to try and make the puddle safe. Always trying to use the threat of making puddles safe to not make puddles safe.
Oh, Honeybee's going to have to get through Tekken Master. I mean, he was confident. I spoke to him earlier on. Now, already dedicating an interesting punish on that low puddle. I do wonder what the theory is behind that.
Well, I think it's quite dangerous in forcing the mix-up already. You know, the forward 2-2, the advancing punches, that into the overhead or the puddle. You know, it's a double overhead or a puddle can be reacted to. It's like a double fuzzy. You have to be ready for both of them. But at this point in the game, every competitive player will be able to block it on reaction. So it's very dangerous to enforce that now. Looks like Tekken Master still making that his go-to, but still, and that's a full combo opportunity. Honeybee, they call him the Flash God Lord for nothing.
Incredibly high execution with Honeybee. You know, if there's a max damage combo, Honeybee's going to go for it. Down one, catches into Bloodlift though. Tekken Master back in the action. Here comes Dexter. The pressure begins.
But I think that really is the thing that sets Honeybee's Flash away from the rest though. It's his ability to land the most damage off of every touch. But a nice throw tech, but Tekken Master keeping momentum going. Dexter has now flew off back to his house. We'll see him again soon, I'm sure. But Tekken Master now with that life lead and 4 bars to work with. Ooh. I mean, I respect the attempt from Honeybee, but didn't quite work out. Now what's going to happen here? V2 roll. Honeybee just trying to get point blank.
And that back forward 2 is going to cause quite a lot of those, like, you know, distance space situations. But Atrocitus not really seems to be a zoning archetype, but he has got tools that can establish range.
Well, I mean,
and the Flash has to get in, right?
We saw the breath be not so much an effective footsie tool against Robin before with Irish Madness and Hayate. Against the Flash will be a different story. He does not have the long limbs of Robin. He does not have access to those quick, you know, super far range attacks. So the breath is going to be a big problem for him.
Sonic Pound into the guaranteed trait, but the push block to swiftly delete. Middle East is not afraid of the Speed Force, that has to be said.
No, of course, they play around it so well. You know, Tekken Master has to be a big fight vocal on Twitter here, saying that he thinks the Flash should be adjusted. Seemingly, you know, seemed to be like he wasn't looking forward to playing this character, but he is playing the matchup with a lot of knowledge, I must say.
It's worth going forward. You know, if you're going to be fighting off against Honeybee, it's kind of obvious what character he's going to play.
Even if you don't like playing against a character, even if you don't like a matchup, you'll still be ready for it. You know, you're still going to be ready for it in a competitive setting. Honeybee is going to have to work pretty hard to get this comeback. A wonderful throw tech. Down one. You know that down one was buffered into puddle as well.
Oh, hang on a minute.
No! This is one of those clashes that you don't want to have to do, but you don't have a choice. Honeybee has to clash. Still takes damage. Isn't able to get a combo either.
Dexter, projectile. The slow cat ball, still good though. Right, have to take those mix-ups. Guaranteed trait ball. It's going to be a very solid game number 1. Honeybee looking a little bit in trouble, I think.
I mean, so Injustice 2 currently has a bit of a unique situation where both Honeybee and Biohazard, they both play Starfire. You know, they actually both have the same character on like their tournament team, as it were.
Well, they both did play Deadshot back in the day, too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, definitely Bio more than Honeybee in that respect, but still, you know, they have access to it. But they're looking to continue that. We know Honeybee has access to a Starfire, but doesn't want to play it seems. Really looking to stick with the main boy. Caught by the active frames to the back forward, too. Got to watch out, because the second you get clipped, that's not just initial damage, that's damage over time. Honeybee, he was able to punish the string that you saw, but didn't have a bar. You can see the flash, he's known for those crazy damage potential, but if he doesn't have a bar, maybe not so much mid-screen.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the reversal.
Of course, this is one of those matchups that if Honeybee can get the trade on that special move, you used to be able to get a combo, not so much anymore, but it used to be a very important part of the matchup, whilst it's not quite possible now. Now, what's the wake-up situation going to be? Trying to press the advantage. Does he dedicate? He does indeed. Knows he can get maybe one more. Dedicate again. The reactionary blocks from Honeybee. You know, some people say you can't react, but at a high level, if you set it to be training, a lot of players now can detect whether it's overhead or low cover. We're seeing, you know, Tekken Master Atrocitus right now. You can see he's very much keeping it basic, right? He's enforcing the mix-up every time he's blocking forward two. He's forcing Honeybee to get the fuzzy, you know, keeping him stressed out. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. You know, it can be done, but it's definitely not super simple. But there we go. Honeybee managing to punish it. Has bar this time. And there's the clash. Tekken Master.
The goal here,
behind
yeah, the goal here is just going to be to undo that work. You know, he's going to spend a couple of bars, keep the other two. Kind of needs the other two to deal with the health bar that Flash has left. Yeah, he's not going to dedicate. He's going to try and play it a little bit safer if he can. You know, here comes Dexter for another time. Now could Honeybee defend, or is he going to try and find a moment? There's the puddle. Oh no! Oh, he dropped the back three!
That is a disastrous back three, and Honeybee seizes momentum straight away with the environment interaction. And there's the punish from Tekken Master, still showing signs of life. That's going to be the first life bar, so Tekken Master able to patch up the problem pretty quickly. But how can he go with it now? Doesn't have the cap! Wow, that's one way of dealing with it. No fear. And this combo's going to take just long enough that he can get down to Dexter. Now it's high time. Blocks the wake up, can't punish. Will we get the pressure? Again, does he dedicate? No, he doesn't. Oh, the sweep! I love the matchup knowledge, knowing you can still low profile. Plus frames, not challenged. Now look at how much damage Tekken Master was able to do. You know, that was almost a half-life sequence, and most of it was on block. And there's a punish. Tekken Master testing the reactions on the block from Honeybee one too many times. As he's definitely looking comfortable in that block. Tekken Master is going to have to look for other ways to open him up, because that's not going to be the way.
The Flash.
Or another character perhaps? No. Stick with Atrocitus.
Maybe a change stage. I was going to say a change stage. A stage change. Now the Fortress of Solitude though, giving the Flash the background bounce is always kind of risky, because as if he didn't have enough setups, the background bounce just kind of adds an extra layer of it once we have the Speed Force active.
Well, I mean, it's obviously, you know, if we set that Flash's damage relatively limited when he's mid-screen without bar, if he's got a background bounce to confirm into, I mean, he's going to do a ton still. There's one thing the background bounce gives is a meatless hard knockdown. Wonderful block, but you can only block for so long against the Flash. This character's going to mix you for days. You might be able to fuzzy the combo early, yep, for setup purposes. You might be able to fuzzy Atrocitus, but you definitely can't fuzzy the Flash. From standing. And again, Honeybee, he's blocking it every time. Tekken Master. I mean, he's dedicated to that kind of style of Atrocitus, but it's just not working. Honeybee's defense is too good. Point blank Dexter, I'm not sure what was going on with that one. And Tekken Master needs to be able to make something work here. This transition using quite a lot of that trait time. Honeybee has no qualms sitting in the block. There we go, gets opened up now. Tekken Master sticking true. He is establishing it. This is how I'm going to open you up. I love the optimization too. Going in for the jumping 2, knowing he's going to be up a little bit higher, which guarantees the background bounce. With the jump 3, he definitely would have fallen out of that one. Okay. Attempts to go for the quick special. Not quite going to work. Tekken Master, I like this approach now. Really slowing down Honeybee again. And there's a big anti-air. Great trade for Tekken Master. And chases down the air tech as well. Wonderful turn of events. Tekken Master now evening things out. Just alive. Wow. I can't believe he's alive. He had enough. The punch float's not going to work out. The running man. That must have been a painful punch float to run right into. Okay, Tekken Master still looking okay, but Honeybee now slightly in the lead. Catches the string into an instant hit confirm. Tekken Master. We're going to get the increased damage for another time. Down 2 into Puddle. Down 2 into Dexter. Party time. Oh, the Sonic Pound wake up Honeybee with the call out. Tries to play it safer. We're going to get one more guess. Staggers it, knowing we want to get every ounce of trait possible. The plus frame to the forward 3. Excellent block by Honeybee. I say, considering the amount of time Tekken Master's gone for that advancing string, the forward 2. See him now go into the forward 3 cancel. Totally content. Has a bar for the drain too. No clash for you, good sir. Dexter. Wake up throw, Honeybee. pulling no punches right now.
The wake-up punch
Absolutely.
float, though, gave him an open invitation to clash.
Yes, indeed. Honeybee has plenty of bar. That was no hesitation. No reason not to spend bar here. Get some health back. Oh, hang on a minute, right in front of the environment.
Now, the siphon from this life's actually pretty dangerous. We are going to see a combo. Oh,
He's got the trait. Tekken Master. Okay, so Tekken Master opts to go for the clash. Are we going to trade bar here? Or is he going to try and... Because if Tekken Master spends the bar, he can't kill Honeybee. But if Honeybee spends the bar, he can't really kill Tekken Master.
what the clash did do was undo the progress of the Dexstar tray. It's going to take it even longer to come back now.
The same thing with Flash. They both have to sit there and wait for their cooldown. Or blocks all of the jumping at medium.
Now, if we see a Dexstar, this could be a game over. Honeybee knows that better than anyone. Doesn't dedicate. He's not going to want to risk the whole game on that now, knowing Honeybee has the reactionary blocks.
He's got the distance. He's trying to buffer. Manages to get it. Trait for trait. He goes clean through into the cancel. Honeybee waiting for the Dexstar activation the whole time. And the second he saw it, trait for trait, get in there, get the cancel, get the win. And Honeybee is now in the driver's seat once again, potentially one game away from eliminating Tekken Master.
I think of all the options that Tekken Master tried to factor in, a reactionary trait from the Flash into a guaranteed combo on the ground was the last thing he expected.
Man, I mean, what composure. What composure. I mean, Tekken Master, I mean, you said it right. If he gets Dexstar out, it's going to be game over. Honeybee, knowing that's the threat, is waiting for the activation. And the second he sees him pop the cat, he activates the Speed Force. And that is that. That was such a perfect end.
That was such the Flash way to win as well. Slowing down time during the pivotal moment. Hell yeah.
Atom.
What? I mean, this is such a Tekken Master thing to do. Just when back against the rope, pick a character we have basically never seen him play. But the thing is, I have no doubt his Atom is tournament ready. Tekken Master is just so unpredictable when it comes to character choice.
I'm not even going to question it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not even going to question it. He changes character so much. Yeah, I believe it. Let's go. Versus Flash.
Well, Honeybee starting things off by blocking all of the trait and taking the throw. You know, clearly this is a matchup that Honeybee is ready for as well.
Wonderful block.
And oh my goodness.
2 for 2 on those.
I mean, I don't know what's up. Honeybee is just some kind of next level brick wall at the moment. His defense is just incredible. That's going to be a full combo too. Some setup potential into the overhead. Tekken Master loses his first life bar, and this could be the beginning of the end.
This is an unfortunate look. Tekken Master normally when he changes to these surprise picks, it can work so well. Going in for the trait on the jump and trying not to get anti-air, but the blocks at long last. An entire life bar later, and Honeybee finally gets opened up by the trait. Now back against towards Tekken Master, and there is the jump in from Honeybee, going to be confirming, spending a bar. More damage coming through. Oh my goodness, half-life! See ya later on that one. Now he has loads of bar to wager with, so we're going to have to undo some of this work, but even with that in mind, Honeybee fully in the driver's seat with the health he's got left.
Oh, absolutely, Tekken Master stopping the bleeding somewhat, getting some health back, but at this point it's such a mountain to climb. Honeybee has straight locks and a wake up, no fear.
I mean, I really feel like Honeybee, Tekken Master's going to have to show Honeybee that you should respect him. Because right now, Honeybee's just almost going so next level that everything he's doing is working. If I'm going down 2, absolutely, but a wonderful forward 3. The danger now is that Honeybee does still have his clash available.
He does, but this is not a terrible situation for Tekken Master. It was crucial to get that life bar. Oh my god! Honeybee just sticking it out, making sure to cover the air, and it worked out so well for him. There's the down 2 Tekken Master, still alive. Fighting back the trade on the anti-air attempt from Honeybee. Honeybee losing more health there. Oh, the hesitation, and he waited for it. Honeybee, you saw the slight way in, and there's the air tech. Honeybee playing out of his mind right until the very end.
That was wonderful decision, layered upon wonderful decision right there from Honeybee. Absolutely impressive showing. I mean, I'm still getting over the fact that in that moment where he reacted with trait, with the Flash, with versus Atrocious.
I mean, that was probably the single best play of the entire series.
Feel like from that point,
that was like highlight worthy. But the kind of play that it's not super flashy. It's not a really cool combo. It's not stylish damage. It's not some kind of crazy setup. That was just pure knowledge. And obviously we've seen NetherRealm have been posting those highlights, top plays of different events. That's my nomination so far. Everything we've seen, guys. Viennality.
Do us a favor and put that in the next one, yeah?
Just saying. Wink. Just saying. I mean, you're just supposed to say wink and then do like a super obvious one. It's supposed to be like, can you stop? Because that's just making me feel uncomfortable. Man. And I can see it's made you feel uncomfortable.
It hurt my eyes.
Aggressive blinking.
Yeah, it hurt my eyes.
Moving swiftly on, I believe we're going to be sticking into some lower bracket or losers bracket action. And I mean, this has been quite a tournament already. We had some amazing games in pool play. You know, some great character variety, as you normally see in Europe. You know, shout outs to the European community for showing up and really supporting these tournaments. Obviously, there were plenty here for Mortal Kombat as well. We had an amazing top 8 earlier for that too, which of course RZA was able to defend European turf. The question is, will European turf be defended on Injustice? Because it wasn't last year, because Sonic Fox was able to win.
I think it's going to be a bit more difficult purely because North America across the board is, you know, there's no two ways about it that North America is a much stronger region for Injustice 2, and that's pretty just by tournament results alone. I feel like the gap during Mortal Kombat X was a lot smaller, whereas right now, you know, obviously our top European players can absolutely hang with the American talent, but the big thing that separates the two regions, in my opinion, I think, is experience. You know, the American region has so many tournaments and so many majors. In between IPS, you know, we had things like KIT, we had Texas Showdown, we had, you know, tournaments that weren't IPS related, that kind of still give the American crowd experience in traveling and, you know, getting that hands-on time with Injustice competitively, that I feel like EU has never really kind of had, which has...
Oh,
no.
Oh, no. Pay your respects.
No.
Look at I mean, this is a tragic tale right here. This is two of the most charismatic and hyped up European players in losers bracket. One of them has to go home here, and that is tragic. Well, so going back to what it was you were saying before, right? You know, there is no getting around the fact that North America is absolutely the number one region, the number one scene in Injustice 2. It was the same thing for Injustice 1, and Injustice 2 definitely looking like it's the same case. That being said, there are some incredibly strong European players now, and you look at two of them right here. Irish Mantis looking with that solid Atrocitus, Happy Pal, the unpredictable Flash of Europe. But what is it going to be here? I mean, presumably it's going to be Flash Atrocitus, and these guys, I mean, they play all the time. You know, there's no getting around it. This is going to be one of those games where I think it's less about the matchup and more about, this is going to be less Atrocitus versus Flash and more Happy Pal versus Irish Madness.
With how regularly these guys go back and forth, I'm going to say immediately, expect the unexpected. That's what happens when two really close training partners go head-to-head in tournament. You can't really play by the book. You know, anyone that has a training partner that you play casuals with regularly, you're always going to know that you and your mate will kind of go back and forth and do weird stuff because it's so conventional, that kind of stuff doesn't work.
You're playing around the opponent as well as the character, right? That's all there is to it. Yeah, look at this. I believe we'll probably have a button check here.
Do not meddle in my affairs.
He wants a second opinion.
I'm never going to get tired of those interactions.
I mean, we're like a year into this game, and I'm still hearing them for the you know, some of them for the first time.
Yeah,
I think it's a big part of that fact. You know, obviously we've had a bunch of DLC characters between the launch of the game and now, so there's, you know, a lot of scope for it. And that being said, a lot of the DLC characters are really popular competitively, right? You know, just looking back at some of the characters we've seen this year alone, you know, the big one being Starfire. I think we've seen a little bit of TMNT, of course. You know, we saw Sleps before. And it looks like we've lost game feed again. Same problem. I mean, at least it happened.
At least it happened now before the match started. There we go. We're back. We're back. I mean, what game?
Thank goodness they did a button check. You know what I mean? They didn't go straight in.
Yeah, you're right about that one.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God, Irish Madness doesn't appreciate that so much. He's like, I'm going to go out for the fist bump. You're not going to return the respect. I'm about to mix you up, and my cat's going to do it too.
I mean, if there's one person you don't want to do that to, it's such Atrocitus. But what's going on? Pause the game. I was so hyped for that. Oh, okay. All right, the button check. Oh, they're making sure he's got game audio. Okay, that's what's going on right now. Make sure we're good and ready to go. To be fair, actually, in this setting, when it's like losers bracket, and both of these players, we just talked on a serious note about how desperately they need these points, and one of them's got to go home. If you haven't got game audio, you've got to make sure you got it sorted before.
I mean, yes, that's what button checks are for. That's what, you know, I mean, generally speaking, that's it, right? You want to make sure that everything's 100% good to go. You know, this is losers bracket action. They came this far. This is top 8 getting through the first round. This is the worst scenario to lose, especially to technical problems.
Said you were big, red, and ugly.
I mean, he really likes saying that, doesn't he? It's like the third time we've heard this intro.
He wants a second opinion.
Yeah, he wants a second opinion, apparently. Nice. Instant down 1-2. No messing around. There wasn't just that. It was a forward dash into down 1-2. Happy Pal is pulling it. No stops. Nice catch. Instead of getting the full combo, we're going to use it to summon Dexstar. Man has had that problem before versus Hayate, where Hayate just did not allow him to summon that Dexstar trait. And that really was the main thing that caused him to lose.
Oh, the whip punish. Irish Mantis is ready. Doesn't have Dexstar, but this combo is going to almost get it back to him. Yeah, just trying to keep in the air as much as possible. Not an optimal finish, but just trying to use that time to get straight back.
Yeah, a lot of the time with Atrocitus, it's not even about trying to do the most damage you can. It's making sure it takes as long as possible to allow the trait to recharge. Poking with those back forward 2s. You know, we did just see this matchup. Actually buffering that back forward 2 right there, I'm pretty sure, from that 3. Oh my God, tries to whip punish the back 3, but walks right into it.
Okay, full combo from Happy Pal. Optimal damage now. Oh, finally gets the cat out. Happy Pal's going to have to be careful now. There's the Siphon, shield. I like the push block. Now, we actually haven't seen too much of that this tournament. It's push blocking atrocity traits to take away those big chunks. It's kind of push block traits for traits.
Oh! Sonic Hound's going to deal with that blood breath more than comfortably. This should be the first round. Finishes his plate this time.
There's a turnaround. Irish Madness was quite convincingly in the lead, but not anymore. Happy Pal looking to bring it back. Oh, managed to get under. Down one. I don't think Irish Madness was confident he was going to connect.
So much patience.
I mean, Irish Madness can't just activate the cat now. Happy Pal can be buffering. That's one thing both these players do. They do these really specific buffers. When they know it's at the magical range, you're going to get a full combo from both of them. Super close games.
A lot of the game done already. We've only just gone down to the second health bar for both players. Full combo coming.
That's going to be it. Happy Pal taking some damage here. Oh, I like it. Going for the restand. More pressure from Madness. Oh, the bike! Wow, that's one way out of the corner. Flash doesn't need a motorbike. Come on now. Okay, more breath. Oh, the plus frames. You can see why that breath is so impressive if it connects. Just like that for so long. Oh, I like how Happy Pal didn't just commit to the charge there. Irish Madness has been push blocking him already. Didn't want to commit. Checking him with back two just in case he stands up a little bit too early. Not today. Back two connects, but it's airborne. No full combo yet for Madness. With punish on the one. Excellent stuff.
Rage make you faster?
It empowers me, fool.
These flashes again. I mean, I'd like how to be this is just the first game of the series.
But that right there is knowledge. You know, against Hayate, we did not see Irish Madness go for a deck star after Flash, but against Happy Pal he does. I think that's because he knows that Flash physically cannot chase it down fast enough from Twitch.
It is a different matchup. You know, Flash is a very different character to the Robin we saw before, but Irish Madness still looks okay, but not quite as comfortable as we're seeing here. And
anti-air on the forward one.
Clean.
Forward one is so fast. It really is kind of like the go-to conversion button for Atrocitus.
I mean, if you're in range, it does hit quite high up too, so if you are going to swat someone out of the air with the breath does have very low recovery.
So that was a 1-0.
I think Irish Madness is giving the French boys permission to get hyped for Happy, or if it's just permission to do something. Because normally the European crowd is behind both these guys, but obviously they're not going to cheer after a specific one here. You know, they're going to be a bit quieter than usual because they don't really know. I mean, who do you root for, right? If you're friends with both of these guys at the same level, you know, you respect them and support them as players the same. You can't root for one over the other.
So who do you like more? Who do you love more, your mum or your dad?
I mean, yeah, basically.
These really are the two. I mean, we talk about People's Champ, and Irish Madness and Happy Pal are both collectively the two People's Champs of Europe.
Actually looks like Happy Pal is considering a character change. Now, the thing is...
No, don't do Grod. For God's sake, don't do it.
But the thing is, like, I'm sure he has a decent Grod, but after what we saw yesterday, it doesn't seem like it's competitively ready.
Yeah, that's the word, though. I don't feel like his Grod is ready. I think it's a mistake to pick it this late.
Well, especially now, right? We're talking about how important this is for Happy Pal. He needs these points. He's been at other events and hasn't had a huge amount of success. He did well at Combo Breaker. CEO, unfortunately, not so much. And here he is in top 8. You can't be affording to throw games away with characters that you aren't used to playing in tournaments.
Immediate whip punish, because there's no speed force. We don't really get so much from that string.
Oh wow, late anti-air, but it is going to connect. Ends the combo very early just to get the trait. You know the importance of a Atrocitus trait and Atrocitus without, especially against the Flash.
The main objective,
wonderful!
The main objective when you have the Atrocitus trait is always to activate the Siphon. You want to get as much health regenerate as quickly as possible, but that was a wonderful armored interruption, as you said, from Happy Pal right there. Knowing that
knowledge.
In between, yep, knowledge. You can back free a lot of those situations.
But that's the thing, if an Atrocitus player is using Dexstar to try and make puddles safe, he's doing so with a move that hits once. You can use the armor of a meter burn back 3 to take that hit and get a full launch.
Whip punish, back forward 2,
yeah,
let's go.
Of launching, Happy Pal looking for another one. This could be a pretty one-sided game. He does have Speed Force ready, but there's the catch.
Oh my word.
Oh, he still gets the trade.
Absolute knowledge. In those situations where you know you're going to trade, you're going to go in for that slowdown punch because the animation is still active for a million years. Dexstar's out of the party. That was a punish. What? Happy Pal with the knowledge. That was immediate. He was 1000% ready. That was so much damage. He could have done even more damage if he wanted to. Right, you finally see a connection from the puddle. Dexstar,
Yeah.
I mean, he has so much work left to do. The Siphon, definitely the good tool. Force the plus frames. Get as much health back as physically possible. Keep him blocking. And the grab's going to be the icing on the cake.
But that was the key word, right? Happy Pal was just blocking the entire time. He hasn't pressed a button for like 10 seconds. He has such a life lead. Don't want to throw it away. And he walks into it. And that is just tragic. The second Happy Pal decided to fight back, he was getting anti-aired. But that's why, you know, he's being patient. If he presses a button against Atrocitus, it's going to get opened up. And that's Irish Madness's way back into this game. But he's not giving it to him. And there we go. Isn't even going to be able to air tech here. Yeah, and even if he did, this is the Flash. You cannot escape once the Speed Force has begun.
Now, have we gone swiftly into a rematch? Or are we in player select?
No, we're in player select.
Time to think. Vital that these guys take the time out to collect on what's going on here. I feel like the adaptation though from the Happy Power is basically just, you know, it's a matter of playing, just continue to play the matchup the way you know it works. So the catalyst for that entire sequence was the back three to interrupt when Dexter was out. You know, some people even forget that that was always an option. It never stopped being useful. Just because forward 2-2-3 got nerfed, that mix-up got adjusted. You can still back three those situations, and what a whip punish that was.
That was a very questionable start from Irish Mantis, very uncharacteristic. But I think it goes back to what you were saying before, right? Expect the unexpected. These are two guys that have played each other so many times. We're going to be seeing a unique side to both of them. Oh! Now, I respect the attempt from Happy Pal, but just out of range. Irish Mantis recognizing it, and that's why he goes to safe activation. Okay, setup time. Respect. Good block on the overhead from Happy Pal. Oh, wow. Look at the hit stun. But isn't actually able to enforce something.
There's a ton of damage over time on that meter burn version as well. Like, let's not underestimate the extra damage it chunks onto with on the punish.
That is a mega punish.
Yeah, that's the worst punish I think you possibly could have done right there, but there's the push block, undo the speed force, have the distance now. Dexter, no room to whiff punish. Happy Pal just kind of sit there and hold this.
Okay, and the grab, get that corner repositioning. Irish Mantis starting to fight back. He is low, but this is still a matchup that can easily turn around.
Oh, what a whiff punish, getting straight through the shield. And the only reason that worked is because Irish Mantis forward dash, and the shield takes a while to follow it.
I mean, it doesn't go at the same speed, right? Happy Pal doesn't stick out the limb. The whiff punish attempt from Irish Mantis, but again, a little bit too late. Catches the puddle. Running man this. Oh no, cuts the damage very early to get the trait. Not having the trait was such a common theme before. Well, the thing is, Irish Mantis, he was like, what, like 1% life left, if that? So if he was going to do something crazy to try and get the life return, that's going to be it. Okay, the breath connects. More blocks coming through from Happy Pal, the patience showing. Not going to buy on the down one. Every down one from that range is always going to be buffered into a puddle. Because if it connects, it's only going to connect because you stuck a limb out, guaranteeing the combo. Wow, I cannot believe that connected. Looks like Happy Pal, he actually almost looked like he went in for the whiff punish, but it was just a little bit too late. Irish Mantis stuck out the full string, committed to it. The long leg of Atrocitus. There's the whiff punish Happy Pal's been trying for, manages to get it this time. Dexter almost half gone already. Down one, trade to the trait, giving him time to life. Here comes that plus frames for another time. The question is, does Irish Mantis be patient when he gets straight back? Be careful, sticks out a button preemptively, and Happy Pal ready for the whiff punish this time. See, Irish Mantis, he has to be careful pressing anything now in that range. If Happy Pal can whiff punish,
2 for 2, surely.
2-0. Interesting. And a forward dash again, Irish Mantis, he wants to be aggressive here. Trade. Mantis has basically no more resources. You know, his only chance to survive now is going to be to maybe air tech, or with the speed force active, that's not even going to be a thing. Anti-air clean, no combo though. This could have been game over, but for now, Irish Mantis lives for another day. The thing is, that combo drop actually might be quite disastrous for Happy Pal, because that's a long trait cooldown. Oh. Backdash.
We're actually nearing super. Wow, that grab is now going to ensure super territory. Watch out. Oh, watch out!
He hits him, gets the cat. I think it's so does Happy Pal. Don't do anything he can react to. He has the super. Oh. He has to be so careful. He's looking for it. Oh, the grab, Happy Pal, making it way too obvious. Oh, chip damage, Happy Pal. I mean, that is 100% the kind of thing Happy Pal looks for, right? He holds onto the bar. Going for the super is such like a classic part of Happy Pal's game plan, you know? I have never seen a Flash do so many supers because he kind of lives and dies by it, right? Yes, he held onto the meter and potentially lost the game for it, but how many matches have we seen him make those clutch plays because he held onto the super? The Flash's super is so versatile. Having the super means your opponent, they can't press buttons, they can't play footsies, they can't stick out anything, they can't do anything that is normally safe because it punishes things, and he holds onto it for that. But in that kind of situation was perhaps not the right thing.
The crazy thing is, the one chance he had to super was when we saw the Siphon summon through the shield.
But super, I mean, he could have ran straight into the shield.
I feel
that
like
was maybe. Would it have got through?
I feel like it's armored all the way, right? I feel like the armor would have gone through. I really think that would have worked, but that was the only chance he had. The second he opted not to go for the super, but he still wanted to save his meter, so he didn't want to push block because he still wanted to see, maybe I'm going to get another opening. I almost felt like he missed his train, right? No, he missed his stop. And then the second he missed it, he just wanted to save it just in case Mantis gave him another opening. But from that point, it was so obvious Mantis wasn't going to give him anything to work with.
100% though, absolutely respecting the you know, both these guys' options just take their time. Every game has been met with a player select, and they're just thinking, you know, head in the hands, what is going to be happening here? This is the time to make those decisions.
Lots of patience from Happy, but now the forward 3 comes through. A lot of chip damage has been done, nothing substantial yet.
Now, we must not count out Happy Power. Remember, he was down quite convincingly against Sharks. He was still able to break it through in the end there. So definitely not out for sure. Combo, background bounce. Oof, no, won't need it. Keeps it nice and basic by his standards, at least. Challenging those staggers for the down one. I mean, Atrocitus has got one of the faster down ones in the game. I like the way Mantis is dancing around the interactable there. He's gonna get the hits. Oh, tries the optimal stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming that was down 3 into a down 2 attempt. Sorry, a regular 3 into a down 2. And there it is, the knowledge once again showing through. And there's the air tech though, Mantis able to use his resources with a good throw tech. With players on point, and there we go. Well, getting some damage, Speed Force. And Mantis doing something. Oh my word! Slowest puddles in the west. And again, Irish Mantis. Oh my god! Oh my lord, that must have been like the very last active frame, but he's going to walk straight into it. Hook, line, and sinker. And Irish Mantis is 1 life bar away from moving through. And the losers bracket getting more of those ITS points that he needs so badly. I do believe the winner of this does face off against Honeybee, so this is a super important matchup, but it's not going to even be the end of the tower. We're going to meet Van Ness. No, it'll be the winner of Honeybee versus KP, which is the of course. That match is yet to be played. Still the Happy Power, we must not count him out. At least this is Honeybee. Happy Power, I should say. Man, sorry, I completely threw you off. But no, that's the thing though. This is still a Flash player, a competitive top-level Flash player, and this is Happy Power. His clutch levels are off the charts, but it is getting harder and harder. The whip punish he attempts to, only gets the end of down 1-2. No push block. He doesn't even want to. Irish Mantis just goes straight in with the punch float. Happy Power has a full stick of butter once again. Both of these players have access to almost full bar and their clash. With punish on the 1-1-1, but it's going to get blocked instead. This is so tense for Happy Power. I mean, every mistake here is... If this is the situation where you make one misplay and you're out for good, I mean, that's going to be heartbreaking. You know Happy Power's thinking about it. There's so little things Happy Power can do about it. And there's the block escape again. Irish Mantis holding on to the whole time. Buffering into the breath. Happy Power. Just be careful. But look at how hard it is to approach. Against Napoleon, they're getting the push blocks. Finds his opening now. He lets it rip. Okay, sets up. Oh, into the overhead, Happy Power. But there we go, immediate clash from Irish Mantis. The clash happened frames before the Speed Force came back. That's both good and terrible for Happy Power. Of which he spent no bar. Oh no, he's got to wait for the whole thing to come back. Oh no! There's plus frames now. Happy Power has to hold this pressure. Manages to get out. The cat comes out, tries to whip punish with the Sonic Pound, but doesn't get there in time. And now the Siphon. Oh, guaranteed damage on that push block. That's really unfortunate. This is a tough situation to be in Happy Power. He has the meter to clash, but at this point, it's almost chip damage. There we go, the whip punish, but doesn't confirm. Oh, the trade. Tries to come over, but doesn't manage to get it. The down one. Oh, so close. That push block was crucial. Oh, he pressed the button. Irish Mantis gets hit by the overhead. The stagger from Happy Power again. This is so close, Mustard. So close. Here goes into the meter burn. Is that going to be enough? Push block. Oh man, he manages to find the way through the overhead, but doesn't have the bar to get the combo into a stagger throw. This is make or break the last hit. Oh my god, we have a match extended. I cannot believe my eyes. How does this happen? And there we go, the puddle comes through. He has the flash straight ready to go, but will not get the chance with the immediate clash. This is so important. Does he trade it out or not? That is it. No, he does. He spends the bar. He's going to get a little bit back. He needs to. But he's got trait. Is this going to be the game winner? No, the punch float says no to that, sir. What's the follow-up? The delay. Oh, the grab. Happy Power. That was so brave. The full string. Try Swift punish. Not in range. Sonic Pound. Oh my god! The reversal grab from Irish Mantis. That is what it came down to. I mean, as happy as we are for Irish Mantis, I mean, you can't help but feel bad. I mean, look at neither player. Neither player wanted to win that. I mean, neither player wanted to lose it. Look at the body language and tell me who lost if you didn't know the set. You know, both these players are crushed by what's happened because they go so far back together, real training partners. They really are, you know, two peas in a pod when it comes to competitive EU injustice. It hurts to watch because you know these guys, they are absolute, like peas in a pod in this game. You know, and of course, give it up for Happy Power, 1000%. This is the European crowd pleaser. But of course, not to take anything away from Irish Madness, but that's what happens. You know, that is the level that it means to these guys. You know, Happy Power visually distressed at losing, and Irish Madness visually distressed at beating his friend in bracket. You know, that's the level these guys are at. You know, they care so much about their fellow competitors. You know, they're friends. You know, they are friends in this scene. And now Happy Power's out. You know, he's 1,000% going to be there supporting Irish Madness in every match he has to follow through for the rest of his journey in this Viennality top 8.
Well, when it comes to that journey, we are going to be finding out how it's going to progress. It's going to be PG Katana Prime versus Beast Coast Honeybee up next in our losers side of this bracket. Now, either way, this is going to be a hard battle for Mantis later down the line, but I actually can't remember the last time I saw these two players face off in tournament.
That's actually a good point, because off the top of my head, I can't recall. But obviously, they are two very seasoned players at this point, and apparently no button check. Man, they don't want to waste any time going straight into it. But matchup-wise, I'm expecting the flash from Honeybee for the most part. But Katana Prime, obviously, I feel Katana Prime is very hard to predict what character he's going to go with. Because his Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn are both so solid, but they're so different to each other. I mean, this is. I would like to see this. Oh, come on!
No
Please.
way. No way.
All right, not even for the button check?
100,000% no.
All right, no worries. Okay, well, presumably it's... Okay, so it looks like Wonder Woman from Katana Prime. Now, Honeybee, most likely the Flash, I'd be surprised. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe... Oh, sorry, of course, this goes back to the fact that, of course, both Honeybee and Biohazard play Starfire, right? And he did see that Katana Prime was sent to losers by Starfire. If Honeybee thinks that his Starfire is the same level as his brothers, I mean, maybe he can do the same thing.
The Flash versus Wonder Woman would be an interesting matchup because, you know, they are both quite grounded. I know the Flash has got some really good jump-ins, but if you are going to be on the ground and try and pose in space that way, Wonder Woman, she does that better than most characters.
Also, it's Starfire in Beast Coast colors.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Accidental random gear given the perfect sponsor representation. Gotta love it.
It's like it was meant to be.
Okay, tries to go for the projectile, we can see. Okay. Now, that's actually something that I see Honeybee do quite a lot with Starfire, is the use of Starfire's forward 3 with, you know, in footsies in the neutral. He does it more than I think any other Starfire player I've seen. Katana Prime using quite a lot of health here. I mean, this is a bit of an uphill battle. We have the clusters for the chip damage, but it's not enough. KP really just have to try and close in as much space as possible, but it's very difficult. You can see why the matchup has been selected the way it is. It's really forcing KP to have to close in the space. You have to come to me. You're eating chip the entire way. When you finally get close enough, I've got some good buttons. Well, I like the way Honeybee's playing this. This is such a drastic change from the Flash we see from him. His Flash is so aggressive, so combo heavy, and then back to Starfire, this long-range game. You're really playing the matchup. Okay, there's the distance. Katana Prime having to work his way in, but you can see it's so difficult. Oh, what an answer! That meter burn forward 3, Katana Prime. No, but drop the combo. That's unfortunate. Try to go for it again, and oh man, that sucks. Because he's got the clash, but Honeybee was able to swap positions first with the special, the Tamaranian charge. That's not a great situation to be in. The difficulty here as well is that KP, you know, he's just fresh off losing to Starfire to Biohazard. You know, he was able to do really well versus Bane, but unfortunately, the second we saw that change to Starfire, the matchup was visually very, very uncomfortable for KP. Oh wow, actually that was a clean punish on that down 2. Oh wow, nice throw from Katana Prime. What a meter burn roll, Spencer second bar 2. That's going to be the first life bar. Katana Prime still in this one.
You can never count him out. You can never count him out, but I do worry about his resources. You know, he kind of needs those meters to do any damage with the meter burn shield toss. It's going to be super fundamentally focused here, but as I say that, he's just getting chipped down bit by bit. There's the back 3 on block. Used as a poke in itself. One of the best back 3s in the game, without a doubt.
Oh wow, walks straight into the sweep. I don't think anybody was expecting that. Okay. Oh, interruption. Well, what a down 2, Katana Prime. That's in the corner. Okay, another combo coming through.
Whiffing the wake up though did actually allow Honeybee to escape the corner, which was best case scenario, meter burn roll. Not to get in, but to force Honeybee back into the corner.
I mean, positioning is everything. This kind of matchup, and that's going to be a full punish, but Honeybee doesn't get the follow up. Oh man, you can see this. Oh, you can feel the intensity, just the tension in this match so far. I mean, this is chip territory.
Oh, it was such a good delayed wake up beforehand as well, but that really was a guaranteed death situation. The second you're within those clusters and you have nothing to push block with and you're in a bad situation, I mean, that's it, you're guaranteed down. But it is hard to be in that situation against Starfire. You know, one of her absolute best traits to her is her chip damage potential. If she can get the Stardust, you know, loop the trait beam on the back of it, that chip damage is monstrous. We see her with building bar by being chipped out. We might have actually seen an armor break there, but unfortunately, the first hit of, I believe, 4-2 just completely missed.
Okay, that's a good trade for Honeybee. Lost out on the damage department, but still keeps the positioning with Katana Prime. By the way, in, there's a late meet back 3. Katana Prime scouts it out. Keeps himself safe. Oh, what an air shield.
This is definitely Katana Prime's comfort zone right now. There we go.
Gets the first round. I think a big part of that, though, was Katana Prime was able to utilize the shield toss a bit better. You know, being able to use it in the air preemptively, trying to, you know, not so much trade with projectiles, but just kind of beat out clean.
KP is playing so disciplined. That's one thing. He's always approached like their own games very, very calculated. And I feel like the characters he plays is very much like an extension of that play style.
Absolutely.
Really good to see in this level of tournament too, like very, very composed.
Yeah, but the problem, we're talking about how positioning is everything in this kind of matchup. We're seeing it now. Katana Prime back to the wall, and Honeybee, all of that playground behind him to work with. And I love that kind of play, that kind of throw, where something is minus or, you know, punishable, but it's hard to punish. You're probably going to be blocking after it. And there we go. God. Honeybee was on the receiving end of that exact play beforehand. Now, the one administering it to Katana Prime as we go to another part of the stage.
Plenty more fresh backs of interactables in the back 3. Unclashable damage as well. This is unfortunate.
Okay, there's a shield bash. Maybe pressing nothing. Actually, wastes a bar. It's coming through. Katana Prime walking into one head at a time. Now 156 points of health. This is also approaching chip territory now, especially has to be careful.
Word.
Wow, isn't that traded?
Oh, and he runs face first into another trait. It's looking visually very, very uncomfortable. Now, does he stick with Wonder Woman, or does he try and go with Harley?
I mean, it's make or break, because the thing is, you know, Starfire is not the only character they can bring to the table, and that's going to be our straight-up rematch. Katana Prime, he has 3 games in a row to do now. Honeybee, absolutely in the driver's seat. Not impossible for Katana Prime, but definitely difficult.
We see the knockdown. I can only assume he tried to interrupt there, or he expected the clusters. You know, the 2-3 into clusters, very, very common string. Standing 3. Nice amount of pushback on that as well. Armor reversals, the back 3 just creating a real estate.
And there's that parry again. Katana Prime, he's doing that a few times. Clearly, you know, it's not going to work for every projectile. Okay, there we go. Nice reaction. Not arranged to get a clean jump in, but the shield will be enough. But there we go, the meter burn back 3. Honeybee using that armor preemptively. Getting a ton of damage, and this is a tough situation to be in. Like the way he's trying to meet you with that from a distance. Was trying to get Oki from range. Nice preemptive instant jump from Katana Prime, knowing Honeybee was going to try and meet him in the air.
Oh,
parry on
the
back 3? Are you serious?
Oh, delightful.
Mwah. Mwah.
My favorite treat.
Deary me, and it did enough to take the life bar.
That was
what
sick.
A decision from
that
Katana
was so
Prime.
sick.
Wonder Woman indeed. Oh wow, but there we go, the chip, evening things out. Now it's a question of real estate. Katana Prime doesn't have any bar, but Honeybee is slowly nearing the wall.
Back 3 again. Have to respect it. As long as she's got the bar, you've got to hold that. But she builds bar for days. That's the strength of this character. So many resources at any given moment.
Another knockdown. It gets it with the final hit. This is dangerous. This is match point now for Honeybee. We have to remember, half a life bar from eliminating Katana Prime, but Katana Prime 1000% can still do this. Okay, shield bash. Nice. Great shield toss as well. No whiff punish. The clusters, clean jump over. Yeah, didn't get max damage.
Oh, unblockable.
It's off now. There we go. Preempted down to Katana Prime, reading Honeybee's advance.
Now, even if he wins this clash, which he very well could do, yes, 2-0, his back's going to be somewhat near the wall. As long as KP can be super disciplined and, the big thing, scout that charge, he should be in a good position here. Oh, wow. There we go. Another jump. Oh, the answer! An option again. Katana Prime meeting armor for armor, but no! Gets hit on the back end of the wake up and gets sent straight back into the mid screen. I wonder if it was worth going for a full combo there instead. The charge connects on the meatiest of frames. And that is exactly what we need to do. He was able to push Honeybee towards the corner, keep him there. But again, it was so difficult. You see how complicated it is to kind of just approach. So much instant air shield toss or just, you know, preemptive shield tosses on prediction of Honeybee trying to do something to get out of that corner. It's such a slow-paced game. Oh, again, I mean, Katana Prime, that is the biggest adjustment by far, is the placement of those jump shield. Because he's either beating out clean or trading, and it's always in his favor. Exactly. It's making Honeybee have to really second guess when he goes. And the second he hesitates, allows KP to close in the space. Watch out for the hair whip. You see, Honeybee was able to throw Katana Prime towards the wall. Honeybee, Katana Prime was no bar for it. Oof.
He got a clean jump, but couldn't get the conversion. That's really unfortunate. Would have been so much grounded damage. Oh, yeah, cancels, of course. Oh, wow. Eat the monitor, my dude. Punish. Watch out. Oh, wow. Tries to punish, but there we go. Back-to-back down twos. Kitana Prime with the call-out.
4-2 is a high. He's going to lose those low profilers. Now, it's going to be match point Honeybee, but that interaction is now gone for good.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and another one. Kitana Prime. And look, he's mixed it up between air shield toss or jumping heavy, and it's making Honeybee have to hesitate.
If you would have given him the space, if you would have told KP before that moment, get rid of the environment interaction to lose the first round, he would have gone, yes, easy.
And then again, another one. Galactic jumping. Kitana Prime with the perfect timing. Oh, and there's the charge. One of the few charges. Honeybee definitely doesn't seem to rely on that tool so much.
I don't feel like KP forgot about it, but I think it was used so little, he just didn't respect it as much anymore, and he just learned why you should.
Things still even though, but Honeybee given the screen space to work with. There's the whiff punish. Not a heavy punish, but still enough to get the life lead back. Uh-oh, Kitana Prime. That is going to make things difficult.
One fully charged straight and it's full screen, and that's more than enough space you need.
Oh, the anti-air! This could be curtains. Nice bit of roll, manages to get through. Point blank again. Honeybee, what does he do here? Attempt on the armor, the charge, the low profile.
But it's not enough. He needs so much more. How do you catch her?
Oh,
no.
Oh, and again, Kitana Prime, he misses the back three. Oh, no! To make the godly read of the parry to get past. Not even a read. The answer, the choice, the decision in that clutch moment to get through the orb, but then to miss the combo. Heartbreaking stuff, but so close. Huge props to Kitana Prime for getting this close. Remember, he was on top 8 on the winner's side, had quite a journey through, and still a respectable placement in the end. But it is Honeybee who will be advancing through on the bracket, and I believe that means our next match is going to be Honeybee versus Irish Mantis.
We have our winners finals up and coming, and then we have our 3rd/4th place situation, and of course we have losers finals and grand finals. We are getting swiftly through this bracket, but yeah, Honeybee versus Irish Mantis is going to be the match. And we did talk about how desperately Mantis needs to get minimum 3rd at this tournament. So if he's going to get 3rd place, he has almost a final boss in Honeybee. Like, what an opponent to go up against.
I feel like that's one of the biggest talking points of this top 8, low-key, right? Because I know that Biohazard, of course, getting far. This is, I believe, this is his first... Oh, no, this is his 3rd winner's side top 8 placement in the IPS.
Oh, Biohazard's all right.
Out of 3 IPS events, you know, this guy is having the season of his life so far. And, you know, most of it's been done with Bane, which I think is super cool. But at the same time, you know, there's a few other factors here. But the fact that this is Europe, this is Viennality, Irish Mantis, 3rd place, you know, we keep specifically saying it, 3rd place is the point that he needs to get to. And he is now 1 game away from being able to do that.
He was 1 game away before. That's the thing, it didn't work out so good.
But yeah, I mean, after quite a hard, well-fought time, he's now back in that situation again.
He's earned the right for a 2nd shot at this, but before we even reach that point, we have got our winners finals ready to play. Now, this is going to be Hayate versus Biohazard, a Canada showdown. What is this? An episode of Northern Arena.
That does mean out of our top 4, it's 3 Canadians. Shout outs to the Canadian scene for really
Shout
showing
outs
up
to Canada for being so good at Injustice 2.
Now, the question is, how is this going to go? I mean, I would assume Bane, Robin, but at the same time, you know, we keep saying that and we keep seeing the opposite. So I guess we have to wait and see. Biohazard is one of those characters that has like really known for Bane, like, you know, within like the general community. You know, he's the best Bane on planet Earth. Plays it in a lot of situations that you normally wouldn't expect it, but at the same time, you know, for a lot of effect. But at the same time, does have access to a very competent Starfire.
Now, as we go into this matchup, it's hard to call. I do feel like Biohazard in the IPS generally seems to be a lot more rock solid, you know, and we can't, not to discredit Hayate in any way. He had a hell of a run last year, but it has not been able to repeat itself, and... That's a thinking emoji right there.
Probably not. I mean,
really? You say that, but we do know he plays Cheetah.
I mean, really? I don't think I've seen his Cheetah
I've heard talks of it. I have heard talks of a Cheetah.
I mean, he is in winner's side.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
just button checked.
I've heard talks of him playing Cheetah in the past. How competitive it is, I have no idea.
I mean, the thing is, the only way to get competitive experience is to play the character competitively. And whereas before, you know, we were talking about Happy Pound maybe playing Grod could be a mistake because Happy Pound is in a situation that he kind of needs the points. He can't really afford to test out new characters. Biohazard is almost a lock, if not already a lock for the finals, in the IPS finals. With how many top 8s he's made already.
That's a handshake, Mustard.
That's
a handshake!
That's it. We're going to be having Robin versus Cheetah. This is not the matchup we expected to see, but I mean, if there's someone I'm going to be relying on a new character, it's probably going to be Biohazard. With the amount of characters he's played across this game over the last year, I mean, anything is possible with this guy.
Now, Robin, very, very slow and disciplined. Cheetah, it is nowhere near the same level. She is fast, aggressive, has plenty of mix-up, but you've got to dedicate to every single one.
I think one thing that Biohazard has always been really good at is kind of confirming wayward hits, especially with Bane. Cheetah, universally, is not very good at that. However, if you can get someone on the floor, maybe somewhat easier. There's a turnaround point for Hayate. There's the swoop. Yeah, gets the combo off it too. Gets caught by the mix-up. The second you get put near the corner, Robin does get some disgusting mix-up off those leaps. Oh, lovely anti-air. That was almost a fantastic conversion too. But I do wonder what the reasoning behind this decision is for Biohazard, because it looks like he's really making the most of mobility. He's kind of like used that amazing backdash to get away from Robin in that kind of footsie range, the leap to get around those preemptive trait calls, and stuff like that. Hayate, he's looking for answers for the leap. He tried an instant jump back heavy, and it did not work. It lost completely, and Biohazard taking the first life bar.
Armored forward 3, it's one of her best tools. 2 times, plus
at the same time, I do wonder how ready Hayate might be for Cheetah at this point, because Cheetah is not a very common character whatsoever.
I mean, she's one of the least played, outright. No two ways about it. We're seeing a lot of just immediate jump heavies from Hayate, so clearly he's got some knowledge. I mean, yeah, just back to back, he knows. I mean, that jump back 3 is 100% just an answer for the leap. If you're going to jump in, the jump 3 is so active that I think, even the wayward hitbox from the very end of it will probably catch her when she's in the air. But the Clash Force, how much damage was already done, though? I mean, I'll be honest, normally when we see Cheetah players, it's very kind of unpredictable, very sporadic, flying all over the place. Biohazard is being very calculated with every leap he does. When he goes for a jump 3, he's hit confirming into the dive. Like, this is quite a reserved Cheetah, and it's working out very well for him. We just saw a tick grab there, but Cheetah's grabs, they're either overhead or low. You have to guess either way. She gets a full launch, but she herself has to dedicate to an option. Oh, and a clean anti-air, but not in range. Blocks from Hayate. Oh, the sweep. That's the classic. It's either going to be sweep or forward 3. That's one of the original mix-ups.
Oh, conversion!
Wow, Biohazard always ready. Not able to chase it down.
And a clean anti-cross-up, Biohazard. Wow! And Hayate must have tried to anti-air there. And that's going to be a game. I'm going to be honest, this is the cleanest Cheetah play I've ever seen.
Explosive. Utterly explosive. But not random. So often
No, definitely not. Calculated. Absolutely calculated.
She is definitely a character that you can be random with. You can be kind of like, I don't want to use the word random as like a negative way. It's the unpredictable sense.
I'd say unpredictable is a much better word, right? You can kind of fly all over the place, go for the dives. Often we'll see Cheetah players dive in when those jumping heavies and not really get anything off them. Almost every single thing that's connected for Cheetah for Biohazard, he has been ready to absolutely capitalize.
Begin.
That's the difference between the regular player and a world-class player like Biohazard, that's for sure. Every hit has been converted into something really significant. Tick grabs into the mix-up, but sometimes when you hit the down 1 on block, you're almost not ready for the grab attempt. So even if you've guessed wrong on the 50-50 as the aggressor, the opponent might not even be ready there. Hayate, the 2 whiffs have not been punished.
And there's the gap interruption. Biohazard still with the knowledge. A clean anti-air. Wow! I don't think I've ever seen Robin's jumping heavy just lose to a grounded air attack. To be anti-air, I should say, so consistently.
If you're going to fight Robin, a good anti-air does not go amiss.
But that does seem to make sense, though, because he's got the good anti-air. He has the mobility. He has the damage. He has the potential to hit confirm off those jump-ins.
See the Cheetah damage buff. Not to be trifled with at all.
Oh, and there we go, the call-out. Brave stuff on Biohazard with the capitalization. Spends the bar for extension. And there we go. Wow, look at these confirms. Biohazard. He has combos for every touch.
Wonderful trade.
I mean, I traded. Yeah, that's still good for Biohazard. I mean, Robin, Cheetah. This is not the winners' finals I anticipated. Oh, full well punished.
The reset! How much more mix are we going to see? The plus frames. Pressure. More plus frames for Days the push block, but that's going to be a final lifeline if it's anything else.
I mean, this is just clean Cheetah rushdown. But look, Biohazard can afford to be far away if he wants to. He's got the life lead. And then again, the trade. Every trade is going to be amazing for this point in the game with Biohazard having the lead. But won't even need to. Look at the chunk again. Capitalizing off of every single jump heavy.
This should be the end of the round, but what a mountain to climb if you're in Hayate's shoes right now. And that's 1 bar from Biohazard. That's all he needs. There we go. Oh, and there it is. The mix-up. Not enough damage into the dash-up. I mean,
what a decision. We were questioning it. We had no idea. Why is he going Cheetah?
You thought it was a button check.
I mean, yeah, of all characters, Cheetah from Biohazard. And here he is, 2 games up on Hayate, the Robin player that has just been running a tear on opponent after opponent after opponent. I know this is the likes of Dizzy TT, Tekken Master, Irish Manners, amazing players. And here he is to Cheetah, this absolute just display of matchup knowledge from Biohazard. He clearly has picked this for a reason, and it is working out. You can see the plus frames again. Hayate is not going to challenge it anymore. He has been hit by the odd way with sweep. Blocks the right way on the crosser. Oh no, clipped again. It just looks like he has no answers. Truly, how prepared would Hayate have been for this character? If you're going to IPS, surely Cheetah is the last character you expect to see. I mean, absolutely. But here we are. Biohazard making us all a believer of Cheetah. Hayate getting an opportunity set up. And wake up! Oh my lord, Biohazard, he knows.
Oh,
and there's the double hitting! Armor on armor, 2 hits beats 1, and Biohazard now match point. 1 life bar away from winner's side grand finals with a 3-0 sweep with Cheetah. Oh my god, the mix-up. Hayate, he is overwhelmed.
It just looks like he doesn't know what to do. We see plus frames, but now so much damage incoming because of the trait. We see a hit confirm, but this combo is not even going to come close to killing. Pressure. The whiff because she's too small. This has been such an answer for Robin. What a calculated match this has been for Biohazard. Oh, no, wake up again. He's got the life lead. He has no life left on this first life bar. He can absolutely afford to wake up attack. And there we go, the swoop. Hayate finds the answer, but so much work left to do. Is it too little too late, or can the best Robin in the world make the comeback? That's a whiff punish. Or not even a whip punish, just a general confirm. They both kind of pressed buttons at the same time. Oh no! Hayate quicker on the trigger finger, but that hurts so much. The neutral jump, is that enough? Oh, what a read! And he saved that for a rainy day. He threw the trait setup, and the wake up comes through from Biohazard, but it does get punished. This has to be 2-2. Surely this has to be 2-2. You have to either hurt her or force her to spend the bar, so she can't convert. But if Hayate's got a bar, he can use it to confirm and maybe do it. I mean, 450 life, that is a Robin B&B. He needs one good chance, but Biohazard, what is the approach? Because Biohazard is a life lead. Oh my god. Nice patience.
Oh, he walked straight into it!
Just an open invitation. Backdash out there. Get out of there. Let's reestablish neutral. Now, one hit might do it. The instant drop. That's the first time we saw that used. Oh my lord. What a demonstration of why knowing multiple characters is important. Hayate, understandably looking not pleased with the result, but at the same time, I think if there was, like you said it before, right? The last character in the game, I think Hayate was ready to fight there, probably Cheetah. Because, I mean, who saw that one coming? And I've got to be honest, right now, competitively, we don't see, we see plenty of characters, but not as much as you might want to see, in the game itself, in terms of how many characters in the game and consistent competitive showing. We've seen crazy results at Viennality with Cheetah, with Enchantress. Of course, lest we forget, do basic, of course, bringing that top level Enchantress. But it's good to know that right now in the meta, it is seen, with the competitive players, the general opinion on Injustice 2 right now is it's a very counter-pick heavy game. Counter-picking is when you basically pick a character to counter someone else's character, right? Matchups are a thing in fighting games. Character A might do well versus B, but lose to C, right? That's just the way fighting games work. And this game has some pretty lopsided matchups in certain situations. And Cheetah, being seen to be by many of the scene, is she's not a viable character, right? If you're going to put the time into a character competitively, pick someone else. No, she's not. She doesn't have a place. Maybe she does have a place. Maybe it is specific matchups nonetheless, but Biohazard making us a believer that even these massively underrepresented characters that are seen to be low tier in the eyes of the community can be picked in winners finals of a major event against someone's day one main and win 3-0. If Cheetah has what it takes to 3-0 the best Robin in the world, I'd say she's worth looking at. I mean, maybe, but does that mean there are other characters, We don't know how much work Biohazard has been putting in behind the scenes. There's no way he's just picking up a character and just using it for the hell of it, right? He had that character prepared and ready for specific matchups, and I guess Robin is one of them. And I'm going to pick his brain about it after the tournament, because I really want to find out why he made that choice, because it was so efficient, so effective. So that does mean that Hayate is waiting in losers finals. We have Biohazard sitting very pretty on the winner side of grand finals for Injustice 2, but we have our next match up and coming. It's going to be Irish Mantis versus Beast Coast Honeybee. Now, this is interesting to me because we just talked about it earlier, but we're going to talk about it again. Mantis needs at least a top 3 placing here to have a chance at the finals. Yes. He's done the maths, he's calculated it himself. He simply cannot attend every single tournament. Even if the points he's getting here are putting him down close, it's not enough. So with the online IPS tournament combined with Viennality, he needs minimum top 3 here, and he has to do well in the online tournament as well. So this is so vital for him. But the matchup, this has me a little bit worried.
Potentially. I mean, I can't say I've seen Starfire Atrocitus a huge amount. At the same time, I know Atrocitus really struggles to get going against characters with like super oppressive full-screen games, because he really needs to get his trait summoned, keep it going. But that being said, when Starfire is as common of a character as she is nowadays, you can't be an Atrocitus player and not be ready for the matchup. You know, you have to be ready for it. But Irish Madness, he needs to defeat all 3 remaining Canadians in the tournament to be EU's final hope. Will the crowd get behind him? Will they help him bring it through to the end? If the crowd's going to lend their energy, it has to be to Mantis, the sole representation left for Europe. We have all 3 Canadians in full attendance. And for good reason, but if one player can do it, surely Mantis has to be the one. Well, he has no choice but to be. Obviously, we saw Honeybee able to take out Tekken Master's Atrocitus, but Tekken Master and Irish Madness, they play this character so dramatically different from each other. It is going to be a very distinctly different style. But so the matchup, obviously Starfire here, is Flash before. But that right there's knowledge. You can get that trait guaranteed the second you've got the puddle, which means as long as she's got trait, you just can't bloodlift anywhere on screen. Irish Madness attempted the anti-air, but will lose clean. It's going to jump in there. Honeybee now has the full screen. Can't imagine he has to get close. Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, you're going to throw out that puddle, try and catch him doing something that low on life. It's almost guaranteed to lose. But, you know, I think we talked a lot about Irish Madness needing third place. Honeybee himself, you know, it would definitely help him to get as much points as possible. You know, this is a guy that had his breakout performance at EVO last year for this game and has been, you know, here and there. And is always, you know, considered a very top player, best Flash in the world, always right up there with points. But, you know, with Biohazard confirmed for finals, you know, Honeybee wants to be right there with it. And he has a good running. If he gets top 3, it's going to be a great position. But right here, we see that corner pressure established. Mantis has had such a hard time just cracking the armor, being within even an effective range. That's what Starfire does better than basically any character in the game, especially against someone as grounded as Atrocitus. You can't get in against her from the air if you're Atrocitus. You have to be on the floor. And that's where she wants you to be. And there we go. There's the knowledge. Honeybee crouching under the breath. If you go for that third hit, of course, you aren't going to have to block the breath anymore. Honeybee, he knows, but this, you know, this is why he plays multiple characters. You know, he almost like quite shot himself in the foot early on with the game when he kind of played almost basically exclusively, and he would find himself all the time finding hard matchup. He'd fight Aquaman all the time. He'd have to fight all these other characters. That's the thing. It was a combination of things. Honeybee spent the first part of last year fighting nothing but Aquaman players, and then this year, obviously fighting the likes of Sonic Fox constantly in bracket, picking only the Flash and forcing himself into Captain Cold. I think that really must have given him some hard truths of, look, I know you're the best Flash in the world, but you can't win this alone with just one character. Some of these matchups are just too bad, and you need a backup. And then Starfire is that backup. She covers so many of the matchups as well. And, you know, it's not just a secondary. Honeybee has put some serious time into this character, and it really is showing now. Obviously, Irish Madness is no slouch himself. Trying to be patient with the defense, but it's just looking as hard as ever. And the whiff punish for the forward 2 coming through. No Dexter summoned for you. Even now, it's half gone. He's done nothing with it. He just can't. There's a grab attempt. Safe with the orb from Dexter, but I mean, look at the life difference already. Irish Madness has barely been opened up by anything and already lost most of his life in his first health bar. Oh, just chip damage and special moves here and there. There's the down 1 attempt. It's standing 3 is plus on block. You have to respect that. Disrespect, and you get down 1 into a guaranteed lift. Okay, here comes Mantis. If he's going to win the matchup, it has to be here, which means he has to respect the charge. There's push block, so he could get one final shot. No, he doesn't. He can still win this. Forward 2 by itself. Not dedicating. Okay, the meter burn. Just make sure that Mantis has to block something. And there we go, just like that. That single string might do a lot of damage, but the important thing is he swapped positions. Now Irish Madness has all that screen to cover again, unless he can keep Honeybee here before. Honeybee goes in for the jump in. Regular hair flip. Staying safer with the meter burn. Still alive though. Grab. That's not good news because it's just going to give Honeybee so much position. I'm actually surprised that he's even going for this corner pressure. Oh, meter burn rolls out there. But Honeybee, oh wow, immediately wasting no time, puts him straight back in. And there's the spit. But as the round ends, now Honeybee's done so much damage, he can spend the whole game running away. And that's why he's going to go for this different strategy, because the second the round ended, so much distance was created. That's where he wants to be. The rest keeping it safe, but presses buttons after it. Honeybee challenging it. The standing jab, standing 1. Even though this is going better for Madness, it still looks incredibly difficult. Now the 2 bars being spent. Another one of those dangers is he has bar for days. He can go for those meter burn charges. He can go for those meter burn traits. Oh, wow. And just like that, slowly one chip at a time. Honeybee is just grinding down Irish Madness. Does he dedicate? Nope, doesn't dedicate to anything. Just tries to go for the forward 2-2 by itself with punish. Okay, this is the start. Needs Dexter more than the combo. I mean, I do understand. The throw techs will maybe have just been out of this world. I think he's yet to actually be thrown in this game. And gets the armor attempt, but still gets hit with Interactable. And Irish Madness, yeah, the speed run roll, but the Pomeranian charge is still a threat. Mantis is going to have to think very carefully here about how he's going to finish this series, because he is down 2-0. He does play Black Manta. If he's going to bet the farm on a new character, he might have to. This doesn't look particularly easy for Atrocitus. He has to close in the space. He can't jump. You know, Atrocitus is not. He's not an airborne character. Yeah, it looks like Atrocitus just does not, at least with the way we're seeing it at the moment, unless there was obviously something in the matchup he's not doing. Yeah, he goes straight back to it. I wonder if Happy Pal just gave him the knowledge.
Well, we might see the adaptation.
I mean, he was hovering over Black Manta, and then the second Happy Pal said something, Irish Madness kind of nodding in approval, and then straight back to Atrocitus. So I wonder if there's just something about the matchup that he's not remembering. I wonder if we'll get the chance to see it, because Honeybee is now 2 games up. This is going to be a full 3-game comeback if Irish Madness wants to stay in this tournament. But this could be it. Forward 2 versus forward 2, and of course Starfire's going to win that one significantly faster. And almost half a life bar gone already. Yeah, that is not a trade he can afford to take. Right, another pressure, another tech. Yet to be hit by a single grab. Tries to punish, but a bit too late. Oh wow, I think he just didn't want to stick out a button there, because if he got hit, that was going to be dangerous territories. Somewhat of a shimmy with the 2-3, just in case he tried to take the grab. We would have seen a full combo, but patience from Mantis. It looks like an exact replica of the first couple of games, man. This is exactly what we're seeing. Honeybee getting an early life lead, and so dominant. That first life bar barely touched an Irish man. Is now 1 life bar to go. Honeybee on match point towards losers finals. In incredibly big trouble. This is not a good situation. The prediction on the air escape 2 just giving him a reset and a half. Dexar's coming through, but I mean, this is so stressful as Irish man. Surely he's going to be stressed out fighting this matchup. The comeback isn't even possible now. Oh my word. Oh my lord, so much chip damage, and he's got half the bar of trait left to go. There's a hit but has no bar. I mean, poor Irish man, there's nothing he can do. Honeybee has been too dominant, and he has no bar to confirm either. And you can't even let him grab, at least let him grab you, Honeybee, just once. And there we go, the trait to finish off, and Irish Mantis goes down 3-0. Props to Honeybee for just the composure and playing the matchup perfectly. Moving on to losers finals against Hayate, which does mean that our top 3 is going to be the 3 Canadians.
Hayate stepping up to the plate, immediately going to waste no time. Like, he's not interested in waiting around. We want to get this match finished as soon as possible, because Hayate, he's going to be feeling it. And KP obviously going in there, giving him a little bit of coaching, and makes perfect sense. So these guys are both teammates and just incredibly good friends.
No, absolutely. But that does mean that we are maybe 1 game away from seeing Biohazard Honeybee Grand Finals, which is something we haven't seen in quite some time, especially on a major of this scale. And I think, generally speaking, it is a really good... I think the top 4 was a very deserving top 4. I think it's definitely the 4 strongest players that turned up here for the weekend, you know, through just consistent play, knowledge. I think it definitely seems like Irish Madness, going into the rest of the IPS, he is going to need to find an answer for Starfire. Because Starfire is a character you are not going to avoid in tournaments. You know, she is the hot topic of the community right now. You know, for good reason. She's an incredible character. She's very powerful. And, you know, especially at this point of competition where we're a good number of major events in, people are going to be gravitating towards these characters that are dominant. And if you play a character that does not do well versus that character, you need to change that. You need to find an answer for it.
Well, we did see, you know, Flash versus Atrocitus when it was Happy Power and Madness, and obviously it's an entirely different matchup. You know, you could definitely say that the things could have gone, not necessarily differently as in like Honeybee would have lost, but obviously you know, it could have been higher scope to be closer if it was Flash versus Atrocitus again. But if you have a character in your pocket that is better in a matchup, then of course you're going to pick the matchup that works better. Now, is that Starfire versus Robin I can hear in losers finals?
It does sound like it. This could be... Well, actually, it sounds like it's actually going to be a button check. Never mind.
Cool. Well, we thought it was a button check with Cheetah, and that, you know, they just restarted the match.
I mean, to be honest, I do have no doubt this is going to be the matchup. You know, Honeybee, he comes here to play. He has... You know,
has the gear given us Nightwing Robin, just by the way?
No, he hasn't got the stuff. He's got the...
No, I mean just visually. Look at him.
Yeah, it looks very cool. But yeah, I thought you meant as in like the staff. But
oh, no, that would be sick. That would be sick.
Okay, does it be restart match? It is restart match. I mean, Honeybee, the difference in points between first, second, and third is quite considerable. And being 1 set away from getting that massive point injection. These are two players that they definitely need that boost of points, and this performance could put them in a great position to make the finals later this year.
The Injustice Pro Series lends itself so heavily to really emphasizing winning premieres. You know, so if you're first and second, the divide is pretty significant, and it makes it well worthwhile. With Biohazard sitting in Grand Finals winner's side, not needing the point as much as Honeybee and Hayate do. This losers finals is arguably the most important set of the day. Hammering in charge, safe on block. Challenging the minus down one with his own. Oh wow, that's two jumping heavies back to back. Hayate's life quickly disappearing. A lot of patience. Yeah, the second you jump, you jump one time, you die. Trying to work his way in, but I just don't think he's able to do so. Looking rough right now for Hayate, as Honeybee is just controlling the space. Oh wow. Yep, 50 interactable. Nice down two. Wonderful read on the forward two, knowing that as a high, the down two was happily low profile it. I mean, we've seen that Honeybee particularly is getting so much mileage out of that string, but it does start off a high. Yeah, and Robin's down two does have such incredible reach. Oh my god, the pickup! Knowing that the down one hair is going to be a little bit higher up because he jumped, we can pick up and get a full combo. Honeybee, even though he's back to the wall, look at the damage he's done already. Hayate has so much bar, but no opportunity to do anything with it. He's just being kept at arm's length the whole time. So much patience. And you know why? Honeybee can afford to be. He has so much life to work with here. But look at the meter he builds in the process. Every time that Stardust is blocked, he builds him almost like half a bar. Pretty insane. Unsafe. He must have just expected Honeybee to respect the follow-up. Because he has so much bar, right? Why I not just sit there and expect you to press buttons? When I've got 3 to go, at any moment he could have meter burned it, but thinking a little bit too far ahead, should have focused on the matter at hand and at least spent the meter to stay alive. Now Hayate is considering Robin. He's going to stick with it. He's going to take extra time. Joker's playground too, so he does have access to, well, some interactables he was using very well earlier on, but again, I feel like the interactables aren't really the answer in this kind of matchup. It's just, I mean, unless it's obviously mobility to close the space. Now we are going to see the first hit at the very least. We're going to get somewhat of an opening. Nice overhead. We're going to confirm those. Keep it for setup. Good the swoop, the crouch under Honeybee with the knowledge. We've seen multiple people do that today. And they go for the swoop on block, or the dive kick, I should say. Just going for just a normal crouch to make it miss. And there is the answer from Hayate. The back threes go head to head. No longer unblockable. That was a change a long time ago. Hayate has the life lead. Honeybee trying to keep the distance, and a max range jump in, beautifully spaced from Hayate. And this is the turnaround he needed. This is turning around positioning, getting some good reads on when to jump, and putting the pressure on the Honeybee, making it a little bit more difficult. Getting confused, both play Starfire. What is life? Full screen game again. Hayate, he has the life lead, but at this distance against Starfire, it's only going to last so long. And there's the jump in, tries to confirm, but misses it. And there's the wake up buttons from Hayate to punish. Beautifully done. Okay, restand. We're not going to allow. Yeah, we're not going to allow the scope for wake up attack. That's one thing, you know, Starfire does so well. It's a mix up of what wake up attack is she going to do at times. Similar to like a green arrow or something like that. I think there's a lot of a number of wake up attacks aren't really wake up attacks. But it's the threat of the wake ups that are wake ups that lets the fake ones kind of work. You know, it's that kind of age old mind game. Obviously, Hayate makes some options. Still has a life lead, but he's still trying to struggle for it. If he sits in full screen, he is eventually going to get tagged. Could be disastrous, depending. And there's a lot of bar though. Big jump in. I think he was just expecting that to be blocked. I don't think he was expecting it to hit at all. Okay, dive kick too. Overhead. Good block from Honeybee. The patience. Having to really enforce those plus frames. The Honeybee has no choice but to respect with the down one hair flip. Oh, the cool. Wonderful actually choice. A really good trade. I'd say. Oh my god, no! Tamarini in charge. That was very dramatic. It was. Because just look at how quickly the life was undone. Wow, still got the clash in. Hang on a minute. Surely he has to spend 2. No, but that didn't combo. It must have been the second hit of the dive kick that he clashed. Yeah, it must have been. All right, now we're back to even. With the bar still in the tank and half a trait. Honeybee can still chip him to death. Oh, he doesn't have bar. That's the problem Hayate's going to have now. These trades, can't afford them. Oh, the block damage. Oh, the jump! The side kick, jump in 3, and the reaction on the instant uppercut. Wonderfully placed. That was a great decision from Hayate.
I mean, but that's something we saw. You know, we saw Katana Prime doing that a lot as well. But against Starfire, it's finding the magic space to go for that jump in, right? There is that moment that Starfire players, like I don't know, Honeybee especially, are going to be looking for those opportunities to constantly chip you down, right? Make it hard for you to come in, make it really difficult for you to approach. And you know, at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to jump. Sometimes you just got to read that they're going to go for a projectile and you're going to jump. And if you have the long range jump ins like Robin has, you can definitely go for that at more ranges. And we saw the same thing with Wonder Woman before with KP. Now, the first hit went to Hayate in the previous game. I think first hit's actually going to be super important because the second she gets a bar of meter, you know, the meter burn properties of her trait, just massive damage across the board. If she doesn't get that, you can be off to a much better start, but unfortunately, it's not going to repeat history in this next game. Bit more of an even start, and there's the Stardust. Look at the spacing. Stardust does have multiple ranges you can throw it, so it does require Honeybee to be on point. He has to read, is he going to try and jump in here? Is he going to forward dash? Is he going to sit back? It's not a simple case of just throw it and hope for the best. Oh, whiff punish, of course. Hayate's not going to let him get away with that one. One person in this tournament is going to sit there and wait for a back three to whiff. It's going to be Hayate. This guy has some of the best footsies in the absolute business. Oh, wow. Honeybee went for the trait there. Didn't actually get it to come out at all, but still lost the bar. It's recharging very slowly. The interrupt. Very clean. Sheer damage for days. I actually think that might be the first time we've seen Hayate go for the, you know, the uppercut into meter burn all day, and Honeybee punished it the first time. Still has the knowledge! The knowledge from Honeybee, showing too strong now. He does have a little bit left on this life bar. He does have the screen. Oh! Job done. This is incredibly close. It is. I mean, it's hard to call, and it was always going to be. You know, these Canadian players. I think Honeybee, Biohazard, Hayate have been some of the best, you know, inarguably some of the best players from that region of the world, and they have played each other so many different times across the year competition.
Starstruck?
I measure up. You don't.
Again, another even play here. Clash can go towards Honeybee this time. But he had to spend all of his resources to win the trade. And he had to win that clash situation, which means he has nothing now to do the increased chip. It really is the meter burn, adding the mid on top that forces the bar. Here comes that head confirm. Oh no, drop the combo. Yeah, the forward three is quite tight off that. But this might be it. Okay, nice situation. Oh! See the wake up. First time we've gone for that string, but there was no mix-up. You know, the mix-up is between low or meter burn forward three. So yeah, she's the kind of character that, you know, you really stand up in reaction to those overhead options, but that's going to be a throw. Hayate, I love his adjustment here. You know, we have to remember the first game of this set was a completely one-sided destruction from Honeybee. But Hayate, he's taking the time. A few moments in between game 1 and 2, and look, the perfect spacing again, Hayate. You know, you always ask yourself, why doesn't Honeybee go with the flash in this matchup? I think it's more the fact that with Hayate having some of these amazing footsies and the fact that Robin has more grounded range, I really feel like that's just something that Honeybee doesn't want to deal with. Instead of letting Hayate control the pace of the neutral, Honeybee wants to pick a character that forces that exact same plan against Hayate instead, which is why we see Starfire. Hayate might be 2-1 up, but these games are 100% being dictated by Honeybee. You know, the speed we're playing them at, the range we're taking place. Hayate is closing the distance by doing some really, you know, basically dangerous stuff, because he has no choice but to go for, you know, those risky jumps. He's taking out buttons to whiff punish. But it is on Honeybee. He's controlling the distance 100%. But it seems that Hayate, when he gets a hit, he's making it count. And Honeybee is chipping him down one move at a time, but when Hayate gets an opportunity, that's a big amount of damage coming through. Oh, like exactly here, right? That kind of big jump in, going to be connecting nice. But if you try that with the back two and you're not on point, you eat a full jump in for it. Chases down the tech. Yep. This is a great opportunity for Hayate. It's going to be match point. One round away from getting the run back against Biohazard. Honeybee might be able to bring this back. Who knows? Tamaranian charge just to get out of there. It's not really as an attack. It's used as a corner escape. Oh, shit. Give it to me. Oh, attempt to press the button, but the patience. Hayate not pressing anything. I love the way Hayate opts to go for those far throws as well with the trade, because he knows if you get the opportunity to summon it back, you can either trade or give him the opportunity to combo off. Oh, there's the explosive. Oh, and there is the answer from Honeybee, sending Hayate back towards the full screen again. Getting the first life out of the way, but there's the option. Hayate knowing exactly what to do about that interaction. Now, Honeybee, he's going to win this clash, but again, if he's going to spend all 2 bars, he's going to have to spend a lot of this time just rebuilding those resources. Oh, there's a big jump in again. You can see the range. Hayate being able to throw out those jumping attacks, really kind of challenging Honeybee on the ground. Oh, they're jumping again. There's the charge out there. Honeybee, just like that, is full screen again on the opposite side. We're going in. Oh, I love the mix-up. That last-minute air dash. And again, Honeybee's found something that works.
Oh, he's going to go back down one. That's full combo for Hayate.
He doesn't have a clash anymore. This could be it. One potential hit here. Could be everything. Hayate. There it is. The patience maybe. Plus frames. Oh, the dive kick. He has enough. But there's the air tech. Doesn't commit to the full string, though, Honeybee. Still alive. Has to be really careful. This is chip territory. One hit could do it. He finds the trait.
One mistake, and he's out of there. He goes in for the jump three. He's push block. Watch out.
Oh my god! How else you can get on Starfire? Just run at him. Put the sword down to the side and run full speed ahead, straight into Starfire.
Just throw down.
I mean, exactly. This is Robin we're talking about, but Hayate is going to be taking that over Honeybee this time. 3-1, a straight adaptation after that dominant first match, and what an adjustment from Hayate. Super
that
impressive.
was really well played. I think we were all really worried after that first game because it was a dominant loss, and there's no getting around the fact that it was a dominant loss, and the matchup doesn't look, like the most amazing. But Robin, he's a character that he's historically had some characters that can zone him out super heavily, but if you're going to be Hayate and you're going to play 100% Robin, you're going to be prepared for those matchups that you're likely to face. If someone knows that you play Robin, they're going to pick a defensive character that can zone you out. If you know that, you have to prepare for those matchups more than you would other characters.
But that does mean that our grand finals is going to be Beast Coast Biohazard versus Panda Global Hayate in the run back from winners finals, which, for those of you that have for some reason forgotten or might have just tuned in, was Cheetah versus Robin. And it was 3-0 to Cheetah, to Biohazard.
Is Cheetah going to be the final character picked and win? Is Bane and Cheetah and Starfire, because it was used versus Katana Prime, but is this team of characters going to be used to win a premier event? Because I heard Cheetah was terrible.
I mean,
I heard she wasn't worth picking.
If we see it again, which we might. Oh, he's on the phone. I actually want to know who he's on the phone to.
Who's he on the phone to? Wait, that's not even a fake
Oh,
conversation.
no, he's not phoning a friend, is he?
That's one of his lifelines. He has 2 left.
Is he
yet to use one.
Is he making a delivery? Is he saying what he wants for tea?
He's like, yeah, I'm about to be out of this venue in about 10 minutes when I win this grand final, and can you have a pizza ready for me, please?
I mean, 10 minutes is a bit ambitious. He's coming from loser side. It is with Cheetah. Is this the first time Cheetah has made an appearance in a grand finals for an Injustice tournament?
I mean, grand finals, absolutely. We do have those Cheetah players in the scene. We have Revet Leafing. We have, even Jupiter has been recently playing Cheetah. We can't forget the likes of, Newbie back in the day.
I believe Alcatraz?
Alcatraz, absolutely. I mean, Shen.
Oh, yeah, least of all Shen.
I mean, it's Viennality. This is actually 2 years in a row we've seen Cheetah.
Wow. I mean, it's weird to kind of retrospect it like that. This character has had a few plays here and there, but
just not this year.
This is a very different style of Cheetah, though. Thinking back to that winners finals, it was very calculated by Cheetah standards. But this is moving into grand finals of Injustice 2 at Viennality 2018.
I know my core.
This is our final set of the day. Absolutely make some noise. Robin versus Cheetah is a matchup I think we can all be happy to watch.
I mean, it's not what we expected, but it's what we're going to get. We have Biohazard bringing Cheetah to the table, and Hayate with that world-famous Robin.
Well, it's late in the night, but you can still feel the energy in the room. Everyone's having a good time. But the down 2, that is such an answer for Robin.
And again, Biohazard spinning the bar. Misses the combo. Actually, it might be the first combo he's dropped with Cheetah all day. The block from Hayate. We saw a lot from Hayate in winners finals. He was trying to anticipate and meet those dives air to air. Perhaps the adjustment is to sit down, but no! All the air tech gets chased down completely, and Biohazard scratching away to almost take this first life bar already, and what a read on that meter burn forward 3 again. Biohazard looking like he is not slowing down. He has come here to win.
Are we going to see a straight 6-0 versus Hayate here? That would be insane.
I mean, maybe. Obviously, it's very early days to say so, but Biohazard, he is playing with momentum, and he gets the confirm again. Every single time he gets that jump heavy, he is getting a combo. And there's the knockdown 2. Face full of floorboard.
Oh my god, Robin. She's just all over the place. Someone close the cat flap.
Okay, the exchange again, the air-to-air, Biohazard winning it, the double jump in, the knowledge.
You could have at least acknowledged that really bad joke I just made.
Yet.
I mean,
you're still not listening.
I mean, there are more important things to attend to right now, like the fact that Biohazard might be winning this first game of Grand Finals winner side. Tries to whip punishment against the back dash.
What an answer! Jumping into leap. Full combo, spending a second bar to finish it.
Oh wow, and it's the extension. That is incredible stuff from Biohazard. Hayate doesn't have a clash anymore. That was all guaranteed damage.
Doesn't get the back 3. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and no meter to extend either. Hayate is again. Oh my lord!
God, that
Okay.
was sick.
Okay, this is 1000% a matchup. This is what Biohazard is prepared for. He has studied. He low profiled the hit to get under to full punish the string. That is like galaxy brain level matchup knowledge.
But Cheetah, she's always been able to low profile like that. You know, I know Catwoman was always the talk of the town, that she was one of the only characters that could, but Cheetah was right there in the sidelines with very similar defensive utility. All right, we're going into another rematch. No stage selection. We're not trying to slow things down, Hayate. We want to go one match into another. And the grab. There's so many mix-up options here that you can go for.
Oh, wow. That came from downtown and beyond if it reached over here in the corner.
That was like 2 seconds before it appeared.
Come on again.
Oh, more bar.
Yeah. Oh, no, he misses the combo. Yeah, she caught the jumping heavy standing this time, so could have got more damage than usual, but unfortunately not. But still, that's a big lead already. And that is an adjustment from Hayate. He's not trying to meet the dash anymore, but still taking so much damage. Cheetah, every single touch, Biohazard is turning into massive damage. And look at the life lead again.
We are seeing a bigger emphasis, I believe, on those low grabs from Cheetah because he's picking off the down one. So in these situations, he was going for the overhead grab in the winners finals, and they always whiffed. Ever since he's been going in for the lows, they've been hitting every single time.
Oh, whip punish. There's a sweep, good enough for this kind of life lead. That's enough. Oh, another whip punish. Biohazard is punishing everything. He's trying to get over the gap, but there's the trade. Hayate has an opportunity here. It's definitely not going to even up the life lead, but give him some damage on the table. Backdash again. I mean, look at this Biohazard. He wants nothing to do with Robin.
You can't even out this.
Wow, Biohazard doing it every time. Whenever there's neutral, he is just backdashing to full screen, and then it is his choice how fast the match is being played. And look at this. Biohazard looking very good for taking another game, unless Hayate can make something work. But I don't know, it's tough. I mean, a trade anti-air. Every single time Hayate is doing damage, Biohazard is taking damage back himself, unless he gets whiff punished. Yeah, he dials in for a tick grab for another time, because the down one connected actually allowed it to whiff completely, giving him the punish. One of the risks you make as a grappler, I think. Sometimes when you tick, if it hits, it's just not going to be your situation. Going in front. Oh my god! That's dead! Wow.
We didn't even see the combo end right there. 2-0 in record time.
I mean, what other word is there for it? We have Cheetah one game away from winning an Injustice Pro Series major event here at Viennality 2018. If you want to see Cheetah win this tournament, make some noise. I mean, Honeybee clapping, of course he is. But at the same time, I mean, down but not out, Hayate, he is the best Robin for a reason. If there is someone in the building that can make this adjustment, it is him. But there is a mountain to climb, and then there is being 2-0 down, grand finals, right?
It's not a good situation. But the thing is, against a character as strange as Cheetah, because the thing is, when you're trying to learn this matchup, it's not just she has this tool, she has that tool. She can anti-air you with this. It's so much flying at you at any given moment. It's almost too much information to digest.
But he's going to have to. He's got no other choice. This could potentially be the last game, or it might be the start of the comeback of the century. We're going to find out very soon what's going to happen. Biohazard trying to build that space. The trade. Oh, but not that time. Biohazard. That jumping heavy.
Very patient, looking for his moment, because the second he goes in, it's sporadic. But
oh, he has the trade!
Oh my god!
Damage! 632! You know what we said yesterday about Biohazard only playing characters that can do like 50% plus with a touch? I mean, she ticks the box.
I didn't think Cheetah was in that list.
Oh, well, apparently she is now. Has been the life lead already. All jokes aside, look at the difference in health and a big jump in.
Yep, we go in for that wake-up attack. Almost a Hail Mary, but if it's going to work, then so be it. Hayate, he just needs something to get going.
Oh, and Hayate doesn't finish the string to punish the chase down. Oh, but there we go. The trade's going to do it. Spencer's bar. Hayate keeping it nice and simple. Set up time. There's the low. Oh, Hayate able to, for one of the first times in the grand finals, almost even things out. Yeah, he's lost the first life bar, sure, but look at how close it is this time. However, there's no getting around the fact this is tournament point for Biohazard. And a jump 3.
Matching him in the air. Good answer, but plenty of work left to go. Biohazard has more meter too. One of those dives is going to be a full combo into big boy damage.
Oh okay, there we go again. Biohazard.
It isn't a limit of a mix. It's sweep or forward 3. Yes, you can kind of fuzzy it, but if you block the forward 3, it's double hitting and plus as hell.
Oh wow, this is looking really close.
It's going insane. We catch a jump in, which is decent damage, but nice block on the overhead.
Okay, this is an opportunity for Hayate. Oh no, manages to get clean over. one more touch. So it's going to put him in a bad situation. Here comes the armor. Absolutely. We have to see a clash here. Yeah. This is the final clash for Hayate. It'll be some guaranteed health regen. No reason not to spend it, surely. You have some health back. You need all the health you can get in this match when Biohazard is taking away so much with every touch. However, Biohazard quite starved on meter. An opportunity to extend damage, not so much. Oh, the overhead! No. He gets clipped, and that does so much. Chunk away! The throw tech, vital in this situation. Oh wow, the block from Hayate. Where did that even hit? Guessing right every time. The jump out of the grab attempt. Don't even try and punish, but that's going to be a full combo, and that's going to be Viennality 2018 with Beast Coast Biohazard. 6 games straight versus Hayate with Cheetah of all characters. Of course, 6 games, winners finals 3-0, grand final 3-0. Biohazard really feeling the energy. Huge congratulations. He is one of the absolute most crowd-pleasing players in this community for reasons just like this. He is fundamentally sound, he plays an amazing team of characters, and is not afraid to break the meta, go against community opinion and go, no, I don't care what the community thinks. I think this character will work in this situation, and here is why. And there you go. 3-0 winners finals, 3-0 grand finals, and Biohazard, your undisputed champion of the day.
If you're a high-level Injustice player, or you consider yourself a high-level Injustice player, and you're going to compete in these tournaments, play characters that not everyone is playing. If you told me we would see Cheetah in grand finals with a destructive finish, to be honest with you, there's no getting around it. That is exactly what happened. I would have laughed in your face and said, nah, Starfire all the way, mate.
No, absolutely. But you know, we cannot forget, this is not Biohazard's first victory in Europe. He was the winner of Versus Fighting last year, Viennality this year, and he is absolutely one of the most most well-traveled players in the community. You know, he's been to Australia, he's been to Europe many times, all around America. You know, and this is why he is one of the top players, one of the best of the best. Absolutely.
So we're going to have a little award ceremony to crown our champion. Take it away, boys.
Second place. Second place in MK. First place in our hearts. just to have you guys here. And it means so much to us. So thank you very much. You're all so happy.
Viennality 2018, and what other way to close the show than with the creator, you know, the man behind the scenes. You guys know him as the Takeda of Europe back in the Pro League days of Mortal Kombat, but that has far been surpassed than just a player. You know, you're a tournament organizer yourself. So Storm, welcome to the desk.
Thank you very much.
You have a couple of things to say, so I'm just going to let you go out and say it.
It's only going to be a short bye-bye. Basically, thank you very much to everyone who's been here, all the casters, all the supporters, all of the crew, and obviously all the attendants. It's been an amazing show. I can't thank you all too much, and I just hope to see you next year again, and thank you. That's all.
That's it. Thank you very much. That really is the final note to end it on. Thank you, everyone, at this wonderful venue for such an amazing tournament. Thank you to you guys behind the scenes, putting in the hard work. Shouts to all of my commentary partners with Mitsuones, Mustard, KP, and Ultra David. It's been a pleasure as always, and thank to you guys at home for tuning in. This is everything from me, and we'll see you at the next tournament.